obviously some of the best, and you're racing just as hard for 15th on back as you are for the win. And I mean, maybe even harder back there. So
I'm Justin Peck, and you're watching Kubota High Limit Racing.
I think it's going to be tough. I think, you know, you're going to see times when they might do super well, there might be podium or might get a win. Then, a few weeks later, they might not make the show. So that's it's a challenging part of High Limit, and I think we're all looking forward to the challenge.
But to go out and be a part of National Series, be a part of the High Limit Series, race all over the country, I love that aspect of it, and I'm just very honored to have the support of everybody back home.
And we're green.
It's cool to still race with these people, and it's going to be cool if one of us, of course, are going to come away the Rookie of the Year. So it's cool to be the first if that's going to be me.
Super blessed to have the opportunity and looking to put up a fight.
I'm Aaron Reitzel, and you're watching Kubota High Limit Racing.
High Limit Sprint Car Racing is high stakes, high rewards. Sprint cars are action-packed automobiles. Things happen fast, things happen out of control. You can be close to the action, it's dirty, it's loud, it rattles your brain, and you're not really sure what you're witnessing, but you know you like it.
I'm Tyler Courtney, and you're watching Kubota High Limit Racing.
My name is Chase Randall, and you're watching Kubota High Limit Racing.
After over a month of hibernation, Kubota High Limit Racing hits the racetrack once again here tonight as we are here for the Stockyard Stampede in Fort Worth, Texas, at the dirt track at Texas Motor Speedway. My name is Chase Rodman. So glad you're joining us here live on FloRacing. Yes, it has been a long time since we were last in action, but a lot of people are ready to get back after it here after a couple rainouts, a couple wind outs, a couple of things that we cannot control. Took us out of the track, took us out of the booth, took us out of wherever in the grandstands, all that stuff. Sometimes you can't control that, but we have great weather here today. We've got great weather later on in the week as well. We're here for night one of the Stockyard Stampede. 28 cars signed into the pit area. We'll have a couple heat races coming up here momentarily. We'll have hot laps qualifying. All the good stuff that you've missed here on FloRacing is coming up here very shortly. We'll be talking to Tony Laporta here in a few moments as well. Once again, we're glad that you are joining us here on Flo. We know it's been a while, but we're ready to get back to action here tonight as you could get a good look at the entrance to the Texas Motor Speedway facility, which is an absolutely amazing facility, number one, and an absolutely humongous facility as well, as there are people all over this place getting themselves ready not only for High Limit, but for the NASCAR weekend that it is here in this weekend. 79 degrees is the weather forecast right now, 8-mile-per-hour winds, and some broken clouds around here. And it was a little bit, we were a little worried earlier on today. It was overcast and misting until about maybe noon or 1 o'clock this afternoon. We were getting a little bit worried, but everything worked out, and we are about to have cars hitting the racetrack here in just a few moments. Here is the race schedule. It's going to be more of the same than what you're used to seeing here with High Limit Racing. Hot laps and qualifying first thing out there on the racetrack. Following that, we'll have 3 heat races here tonight due to the 28-car count. Each of those heat races will be 8 laps in distance. That'll move 6 drivers into the dash as well as the dash redraw spin wheel. We'll have a 12-lap B main and a 25-lap A main event here that'll pay $10,000 to the winner, and that'll set us up for Saturday night's finale of the Stockyard Stampede here at the Texas Motor Speedway dirt track. Tonight is the 4th appearance for High Limit Racing here at this facility. Had 3 races last year. Anthony Macri, Brad Sweet, Brent Marks were the winners in that one. Here's a couple of drivers that are in the field here tonight. A couple of notable entries. Sam Haferteep Jr., he's in the field here this evening. In the 15H, did get a Power Eye 410 win right here at this racetrack back in March. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., his first 410 race of the season. Jason Martin, Landon Crawley, Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell. So a couple of NASCAR drivers making their way over here along with Ty Gibbs. You got Kyle Jones out there as well, one of those Power Eye 410 regular competitors. Austin McCarl with a late switch up, was going to be going somewhere else this weekend, but decided to come down here to Texas and spend his weekend with High Limit Racing. And as well, John Carney II, the driver out of El Paso, Texas. Cannot miss that car on the racetrack with the Taco Casa sponsorship on the left side of your screen right now. Just a couple of the notable entries in the field here tonight. Here are some of the track facts you need to know about the Texas Motor Speedway dirt track. It was opened here back in 2000, 4/10 of a mile oval, we mentioned, right here in Fort Worth, Texas, and the track record has withstood for a very, very long time. It was set by Darren Pittman on April 1st of 2001, the lap time of 12.276 seconds. I don't know if we'll get anywhere near that here tonight, but if we do, It would be a 24-year-old track record that got taken down here tonight at the Texas Motor Speedway dirt track. Now, Tony, we have not mentioned it yet so far in the broadcast. I know we've only been online for about 5 minutes here or so, but a lot of new stuff here with High Limit Racing here this week that is being debuted. To your right, we've got the new big screen that'll be at every race this weekend. We've got the new command center back in the pit area, and I don't see it down there next to you right now, but you got your new JT Power Sports pit bike as well.
It is hiding currently right now, Chase, behind that brand new 16-foot by 9-foot portable big screen that you just talked about. Kubota High Limit Racing is going to crisscross the country with all season long. Yes, huge shout out to our friends at JT Power Sports for hooking me up with a pit reporter transport vehicle. If you'll remember, Andy Reinbold did the same for me at the end of last year. He said that he loved to hear my reports and my interviews with the drivers. He just couldn't stand to hear me out of breath. Well, unfortunately, my physical fitness negates the ability for me to not be out of breath. Hey, I'm down here right now in what will later on tonight become Whiskey Myers Victory Lane. We know that every single driver here in the pit area wants to call this place home later on tonight. I stopped by in the pits a little earlier with a driver who calls the Lone Star State, and more specifically, Lubbock, Texas, home.
Tonight, Fort Worth, Texas. Most of his life, Lubbock, Texas. 4 hours and some change. Which direction from where we're standing right now?
Just about exactly west of here.
Directly west by 4 hours. That's where Lubbock, Texas is, and that is where Brennham Crouch is from. So a bit of a home game for you here this weekend.
Yeah, I raced here probably 6 to 8 times last year between High Limit and some Power Ice stuff and a couple other events. And before then, I had never really seen this place. I don't really have a home track, but I guess this place is becoming it if there's one to pick.
Well, we talked about it last year also when we went down the road to RPM in Crandall.
Yep.
And that was also kind of like a bit of a home race because you'd raced a little bit more out there, right?
Yeah, so my dad actually lives about 20 minutes from RPM. So, I mean, anything around the Dallas area you could call home for me, really.
Yeah, absolutely. You raced here a couple times last year. You said 3 of those races were with Kubota High Limit Racing, a 12th in the spring, a 15th on Friday night, and a 12th the following night to wrap up the all-in championship weekend here at the Texas Motor Speedway. You talked about how up until very recently you didn't really know the track that well.
Right.
So what have you learned in the last couple trips here, and what are things you know you need to be good at tonight to have a good run?
Yeah, I know that this place later in the night, regardless of which direction it goes, like it tends to get pretty technical and hard to pass, I would say, compared to other tracks really anywhere in the country. So I think early in the night is going to be very crucial, qualifying and setting yourself up good to the heat race. If you can do that, I think it's pretty easy to at least maintain afterwards. Like, obviously, it'd be really nice to get several spots throughout the feature, but you know, if we can just start ourselves up front, maybe in the top 3-5 rows, maybe, like, I feel like there you have a chance to make something happen.
And you picked up a championship with IRA. I think that's where you really got your feet underneath you when it came to wing 410 sprint car racing. Yep. You and I have talked about this the last couple of years. Yep. Since you've come on the road nationally. You're getting a little bit more comfortable when it comes to big tracks. Texas Motor Speedway listed right at around a half of a mile here at the dirt track at TMS. So the last question I got for you is, as we start 2025, we're going to be hitting some more big tracks this season. How do you as a driver feel on these bigger, wider, and faster racetracks?
Yeah, I think first off, like switching over to CJB, they've got a ton of knowledge on just about every surface and track size of your race on. So that's very comforting, and I think throughout last year and getting to see all these racetracks through Kubota High Limit was very helpful, just to get my own driver notes and kind of what the do's and the don'ts and which ways tracks will tend to go as far as throughout the night. And I think that the wing speed factor has become much more comfortable to me as well throughout the last year or two.
Brennham Crouch is talking about wing speed. When I talk about wing speed, it's how fast dinner at Buffalo Wild Wings goes. Brennham, best of luck tonight. Thanks for talking to us, and glad to be back here in the great state of Texas. That's Brennham Crouch.
Yep, thanks.
Great to stop and check in with one of Texas's very own. That's Brennham Crouch. He's a second-year driver here with Kubota High Limit Racing. You heard Brennham talk about it. The big change for him in the last, over the offseason was the change from his family-owned car at Crouch Motorsports to teaming up with Barry Jackson and the crew over at CJB Motorsports. I think something that Brennham talked about there will definitely come into play, not only tonight, not only this weekend, at the Stockyard Stampede, but throughout the rest of the 2025 Kubota High Limit Racing season, and that is leaning on a guy like Barry Jackson and the team at CJB Motorsports. Chase also, he's got Paul McMahon traveling to a ton of these races with Brennham as his driver coach. Him and Paul were hanging out back at the back of the mule, back in the pit area, just kind of talking about the last time Paul raced here and what Brennham thinks of the track and what he's learned here over the last couple of trips. Again, he'd made a few trips out here last season, not just with high limit racing, but had good runs, all top 15 finishes with us back in 2024. That new video board, you can't say enough about it. It looks awesome, and as the grandstands continue to fill up here at the dirt track at the Texas Motor Speedway, we are settling in for an exciting Thursday night of wing sprint car racing. Folks, don't go anymore. Don't go anywhere, because more live coverage of Kubota High Limit Racing is coming up here on FloRacing.
Racetrack for the first time here tonight and the first time in over a month with Kubota High Limit Racing. We are here at the Fort Worth, Texas facility, the dirt track at Texas Motor Speedway. It is NASCAR weekend, the truck race tomorrow, the Xfinity race on Saturday. Then we got more high limit racing action on Saturday night as well as on Sunday with the Cup race there as well. So an action-packed weekend here at Texas Motor Speedway's facility. Remember, race fans, we will be back here. Kubota High Limit Racing will be back here at Texas Motor Speedway in October to finish off the season. So if you want to get tickets for that, if you like what you see here tonight and this weekend, make sure to come on back here in October for our season finale. You'll probably see a couple of signs as you're walking down there below the grandstands. Got a couple of signs down there with QR codes you can scan to get those tickets. Now let's take a look at the current point standings for High Limit Racing after 6 races in. It's Brad Sweet currently showing the way at the top in the Casey Kane Racing 49. Second spot in points right now is Tyler Courtney in 7BC. He is 47 points behind Brad Sweet. Aaron Reitzel is third in points. He is 77 behind. Brent Marks is fourth at minus 82. He's fourth, and then Rico Abreu is fifth in points, minus 92. Then Justin Peck, Tanner Holmes, Casey Kane, Caleb Montgomery, and Austin McCarl. Now these points will drastically switch there at the back half of the top 10 because several of those drivers, Montgomery and Holmes to be exact, will not be here this weekend, and so could see quite the shakeup there at the back half of the top 10 in the current point standings with High Limit Racing. Now let's jump into our next segment of the pre-race show here, and that is looking over the odds as to who has the best chance to potentially run well here tonight. If you want to get involved with this, go to nxtbets.com/playhlr. While you're there, you are able to click on a link and it'll show you which sports books are available in your region for you to partake in. A couple of drivers there on your screen. The 2.5 for Kyle Larson, that means will he finish better or worse than 2.5? And also Brad Sweet at 2.5, Christopher Bell and Rico Abreu at 3.5, Tyler Courtney, Ryan Timms, who's actually not here tonight, a late scratch, Brent Marks 5.5, and Aaron Reitzel at 8.5. And then down there at the bottom, every single race this season, I'm going to give you one that I think could potentially hit here tonight. I got Rico Abreu at worse than 3.5. Brent Marks at better than 4.5, and then better Aaron Reitzel at 8.5. Reitzel was very, very good here last year. 2 Power I wins, almost won a race with High Limit. Brent Marks, he got a win here on the season finale last year. And then Rico Abreu, he was not happy with me earlier on today, saying that I took him worse than 3.5. But last season, Rico's best run here at the Texas Motor Speedway dirt track was a 6th place. So I looked at those stats and I said, well, Rico, I think maybe 3.5 might be the line for you there. So he's going to be driving really hard to try and prove me wrong here this evening. Also, they want to give a shout out to our friends at Zimmer Kubota who are here tonight. They are a big sponsor of the Texas Motor Speedway facility, and they have loaned us all those tractors that Tony Laporta is standing next to right now.
Yeah, Chase, I was going to tell you, they're not just friends of ours. They're straight up helping us out. All of the tractors that you see working the dirt track at the Texas Motor Speedway facility tonight, definitely tomorrow, because they'll have to get it ready for racing on Saturday. All of these beautiful tractors, powerful tractors have been donated for the weekend by our friends at Zimmer Kubota. They stepped up and helped us out when we were here back in the fall for the All-In Championship finale weekend. You can get your tickets for that event now by heading to highlimitracing.com. And Chase, good news. Cars are on track.
They certainly are getting fired off right now on the back straightaway. There will be 4 groups of hot laps, and if you have never seen a sprint car race before, basically this is a practice session for the drivers. We call it hot laps here in dirt track racing. As you see the first car coming across the front straightaway now, he comes with a Minden, Nevada. He drives the JST Motorsports, the Ritual, Smith Titanium Factory Cane, Maxima Racing Oils. Number 88, that is Tanner Thorson. Tanner Thorson in car number 88. And one of our Race Routine Foundation Rookie of the Year contenders makes his way into turn number 2 now from Apollo, Pennsylvania, driving the Mercedes Motorsports, Ducati of Pittsburgh, Hollywood Blasking Coating, Mountain Mechanical BAV Motorsports. Number 42, it's Cy Lynch. Cy Lynch in car number 42. Also in this first group of dirt draft hot laps is the driver to Lebanon, Indiana, the Sander Engineering, Four Seas Construction, Tally, Autry Plumbing, Sincal Demolition, number 14. It is Spencer Baston. Spencer Baston in car number 14. And making his way on the back straightaway now from Elk Grove, California, the FloRacing, Finley Farms, HendrickCars.com, Fulkins Brothers Trucking, Works Limited, JVI Group number 57. It's Young Money Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson in the 57. And another Rookie of the Year contender making his way down the backstretch now from Locust Grove, Oklahoma, the Pella Avanti Windows and Doors, Big Spring Car Wash, Water Treatment by Design, number 13. The driver is Dason Persley. Dason Persley in the 13. And final car in this first set of hot laps out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, the Bob Hurley RV X9 chassis, Outlaw Wings, Rainbow Nut Butter, number 22M, it's Reese Moran. Reese Moran in the 22M. So those are the drivers in our first Dirt Draft hot lap session of the night here at the dirt track at Texas Motor Speedway. They will get about 3 to 4, maybe 5 laps at max. We'll see where the racetrack is sitting at as far as the lap times go. And depending on that, they could go a second round. There was a lot of rain, a lot of precipitation that came into the area over the last couple of days. Last night, or not, I guess last night, but yesterday, Tony Laporta was driving our rental car through what was almost a hurricane from Texarkana. It was quite the rough ride getting over here. So a lot of rain in the area over the last couple of days. You could see all the tire marks in the infield here at Texas Motor Speedway's dirt track. It's just a very saturated facility, but luckily, Tony, this is one of the nice facilities we go to all season long. Paved pit area, nice infield. It's no big deal.
Yeah, Martin Edwards comes over to help the staff here at Texas Motor Speedway, Chase, and they together have done a great job at getting this, what was once dormant dirt track, back up to great condition. It's awesome to see this place. A lot of folks didn't think we'd be out on track today after over 2.5 inches of rain fell in the Fort Worth area. Martin and the group here at TMS have really done a great job.
They certainly have, as we've got cars up to speed now and into green flag conditions in Dirt Draft Hot Lap Session number 1. The fastest driver right now is Cy Lynch, car number 42 at 16.845. He is followed by Spencer Basin at 16.982. So we do expect those lap times to drop significantly as Dason Persley goes into the 15-second bracket at 15.598. There's Persley on your screen right there. Rookie of the Year contender comes across the line. A little bit better on that time by 15.568. As the yellow lights come on, but you do not see the checkered flag in the flagman's hand up there in the flag stand. These drivers are going to pace around slowly around the racetrack and help work that moisture into the racing surface. We do see this quite often here. This happens almost every single race, that first hot lap group. Usually the track is a little bit sloppy, a little bit slimy, and just rolling these guys around at slow speeds certainly helps speed up the racetrack. And right now we'll see if that is indeed the case. The lap time of 15.568 is the fastest by the yellow and black and yellow 13 at Dason Persley. Tanner Thorson is second at a 15.689. Cy Lynch third, 15.833. Spencer Baston in fourth at a 15.989. And then Kyle Larson fifth at a 16.185. Following him is Reese Moran, the 22M at a 16.460. So cars are slowly pacing around, and in just a few moments they will get the signal from the flag stand to get back up to speed. And then after that, they will go through what is one of the more unique features that we see in all of dirt track racing, the tunnel, making their way through the infield and then back out towards the pit area. As the flagman lets them know it's time to get back up to speed. As we are back underway in Dirt Draft Hot Lap Session number 1. Cy Lynch, the new driver at the top of the speed charts at a 15.406. He is now surpassed by Spencer Baston and Dason Persley. Persley the first into the 14-second bracket, and now Larson goes past him at a 14.515. Issue for Reese Moran as he took a detour through the infield back to the pit area, so Reese Moran pulls off early on in hot laps. So the checkered flag comes out, and the fastest driver in Dirt Draft Hot Laps session number 1 is the 88 car of Tanner Thorson. Lap time of 14.496 seconds. He is followed by Cy Lynch in second at a 14.509. Kyle Larson in third at a 14.515. Fourth quick is Dason Persley at 14.575. And then Spencer Baston fifth quick at 14.725. That's the top 5 after one group of Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Reese Moran, we mentioned he pulled off early. His lap time was a 16.460. And Moran is one of the first couple cars to come onto the track for qualifying later on. He is the 5th driver out, so hopefully they can get the things repaired that need to be repaired and make it back out for their Capital Custom Trailer qualifying run. Session number 2 now making its way onto the racetrack here. The first car you see, you heard from him during the pre-race show out of Lubbock, Texas. The Horizon Whiskey, Nice Crete and Landis Block, ShopTruckParts.com, FillPools.com, High Performance Lubricants number 5. That is Brennham Crouch. Brennham Crouch in car number 5. And lined up next to him from Benton, Arkansas, the J.B. Henderson Construction, MPV Logistics, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Smith Titanium, number 45X, it's Landon Crawley. Landon Crawley in the 45X. And the defending Kubota High Limit Racing champion and the current series point leader out of Grass Valley, California, the Napa Auto Parts, Brumo's Collection, Durst Incorporated Factory Cane, FC Traffic Control, number 49, that is Brad Sweet. Brad Sweet in the 49. And from Liberal, Kansas, the Bybee Electric, Superior Trailers, Mel Hamilton Racing, Donut Racing Engines, number 36. That is Jason Martin. Jason Martin in the 36. And the DJ of the night rolls down the front stretch now to Waco, Texas. The all-buy-your alternative, Infamous Inc., Bush's Chicken, Flint Rock Ranch, Easy Print, number 9R. That is the quickest chicken, Chase Randall. Chase Randall in the 9R. And also on the racetrack, out of Odessa, Texas, the Excel Compression, One Man and a Dog Lawn Care, Micah Tool, Buy American Oil, number 2B of Brett Becker. Brett Becker in the 2B. And final car getting fired off now on the back straightaway comes to us out of Kennedale, Texas. The Express Car Wash, Aberline Powder Coating, Valvoline, One Way Technologies, number 79. That is Kyle Jones. Kyle Jones in the 79. So those are the drivers in our second Dirt Draft Hot Lap session of the night. They will be getting up to speed here momentarily. Dirt Draft has a new feature for 2025. It's called Dirt Draft Leagues. It allows users to create private multi-event competitions and leaderboards going head-to-head with friends, family, rivals, or whomever they choose to invite. Users can customize the league length, weekly, monthly, season long, or anything in between. So if you want to do a league, basically, if you want just you and your friends to play Dirt Draft against each other with High Limit Racing, that is a new feature on the Dirt Draft app. Make sure to download that today if you want to get involved and have a little skin in the game with these races. Dirt Draft, check them out on the App Store or Google Play Store. New subscribers get a free t-shirt. I know you were about to say that, Tony.
Yeah, of course, because who doesn't like a free t-shirt, right? Chase, you can wear it anywhere. Hey, if you're setting your Dirt Draft fantasy lineup, he's run well here in the past. He locked up last year's national championship with Kubota High Limit Racing. That gold race car heading down the front straightaway, that is Brad Sweet. That race car is gold for this weekend because they're celebrating 100 years of Napa based on looks alone. You got to put him in your Dirt Draft, Chase.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Tony. It's a good-looking race car. Not sure how long they plan on running that scheme, but they do have 3 sets of wings, so I'd have to imagine they'd probably run it quite a few times here in 2025 as we're back underway. Our second Dirt Draft Hot Lap session is green. And just like that, Brad Sweet does go to the top of the speed charts at a 14.245. He is followed by Landon Crawley in second at 14.438. Only drivers in the top 5 here in this group. Brennham Crouch is 6th quick right now, 14.544. So the yellow lights come on and drivers begin to back the pace down. Brad Sweet now the fastest here in Dirt Draft Hot Laps in that 49 car at a 14.245 seconds. He is followed by Landon Crawley in second at 14.438 seconds. Tanner Thorson third, Cy Lynch fourth, and fifth is Kyle Larson. Then Brennham Crouch, Dason Pursley, Chase Randall, Jason Martin, and Spencer Baston rounding out the top 10. After two groups of hot laps, it does appear, Tony, that we are going to have this group go for one or a couple more laps here.
Yeah, series and race director Mike Hess does this every once in a while when the track is really, really heavy, meaning it's taken on a lot of moisture, as we talked about, over 2.5 inches of rain. So nothing wrong with getting this moisture packed in just a little bit better. Chase, you talked about that 100-year anniversary golden celebration on the number 49 of Brad Sweet. I'm actually not so sure that you're going to see a lot of that gold wrap, that gold paint scheme. I think I heard Brad talking in the High Limit Racing Command Center earlier on, saying it's for this weekend only, and perhaps maybe just Knoxville or the other is the other time you're going to see that paint scheme. They have guests from Napa. Executives are here up in the suites with us at Kubota High Limit Racing's Stockyard Stampede. That race car looks good, and as you talked about already, Chase, it looks fast.
And that is exactly what the timing sheet says. Brad Sweet currently the fastest. We did see him get a win, the second to last race last season here at the Texas Motor Speedway dirt track. That win was part of a hat trick where he won 3 in a row at the end of the season. As we are back to green flag conditions, we'll see if anybody can beat a 14.245 set by the Big Cat. As there is Landon Crawley, only a couple races into his new deal here with Johnny Herrera Racing. Started the year with Michael Dutcher Motorsports. Things went sideways, and Crawley now finds himself in a new piece here at the beginning of 2025. Here's the white flag. And Brad Sweet jumps into the 13-second bracket. Only driver in that 13-second bracket. 13.770 as the checkered flag comes out from the flag stand. So Brad Sweet with 3/10 on the field at a 13.770. He is now the fastest in dirt draft hot laps over Landon Crawley. Crawley's lap time a 14.100. Then Chase Randall in third at a 14.199. Brennham Crouch fourth at 14.256. And Jason Martin in fifth at a 14.318. So those 5 drivers were in that last group, so the track is speeding up a little bit now. Tanner Thorson, Cy Lynch, Kyle Larson, Brett Becker, and Dason Pursley. Top 10 cars so far in our hot lap sessions. 2 more hot lap sessions left to run before we get into qualifying time trials. First driver you see on the track for our third group of cars out of St. Helena, California, driving the Rico Abreu, Kerbag Ajanian Racing, Pacific Boring, Stadelhofer Construction, Waste Connections, ArcZone.com. Number 24, it's Rico Abreu. Rico Abreu in the 24. And the other number 24 car rolling up next to on the backstretch from Northport, Florida, the Global Link, Moxie Performance Sports Advisors, Creative Products Group, number 24D. It's 22-year-old Danny Sams III. Danny Sams III in the 24D. And also on the racetrack, on the backstretch, from Monrovia, Indiana, the Skagit Speedway, Race Redeem Foundation, Ford Performance, Hager Release Services, number 26. It's Justin Peck. Justin Peck in the 26. And also getting fired off in turn number 3 now from Indianapolis, Indiana, the NOS Energy Drink, Spire Motorsports, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, Brant, Gainbridge, number 7 BC. It's Sunshine, Tyler Courtney. Tyler Courtney in the 7 BC. And the winner at the All-In Season Championship finale last year here at the Texas Motor Speedway dirt track. From Myerstown, Pennsylvania, the M&M Painting and Construction, McGrew Equipment Auctions, Baps Paint, Livewire Customs. Number 19, it's Brent Marks. Brent Marks in the 19. And also on the racetrack, making his High Limit Racing debut tonight from Norman, Oklahoma, the Interstate Batteries, Glenville Station, Jetco, Kreitz Oval Track Parts. Number 69K, it's Christopher Bell. Christopher Bell in the 69K. And just in front of him from Sunnyvale, Texas, the Town Line Variety Gas and Grocery, Prime Powders, High Performance Lubricants, Kaiser Wheels. Number 15H, it's Sam Hafer-Teep Jr. Sam Hafer-Teep Jr. in the 15H. Here we go. Cars getting up to speed now for our third of 4 Dirt Draft Hot Lap sessions here at the Dirt Track at Texas Motor Speedway. Lap time to beat is a 13.770, set by Brad Sweet. Brent Marks immediately goes to the second spot. Now Bell goes to the top. 13.701 for the 69K on his opening time by. Brent Marks a little bit better now, just 5 1/1000ths off the time by Christopher Bell. Bell's now down to the 13.701. Couple drivers right there in the top 10, so the track still has a lot of speed in it. So the checkered is out. New driver at the top of the speed charts. It's Christopher Bell. 13.701 was the lap time from the 69K. Brent Marks right behind him at a 13.706, so just 5 1/1000ths of a second off the time of Bell. Brad Sweet third. Tyler Courtney in that group was fourth quick at a 13.839. And Danny Sams the third, fifth overall, 14.007 for the 24D. Justin Peck was sixth. Rico Abreu seventh. Then Landon Crawley, Chase Randall, and Brennham Crouch round out the top 10 with one more group left to come out for practice here tonight. You're getting a good look there at the tunnel that is used to escort cars between the infield and the outer pit area. Very unique situation here at the Texas Motor Speedway Dirt Track. I don't think there's any other track that I've personally been to where you see that type of thing, where the cars have to drive through a tunnel to get on and off the track. As we work into our next group of cars, first one onto the Speedway. Coming to us out of Crandall, Texas, he drives the Precision Repro Graphics Smiley's Racing Products. Classic starter and alternator, Synergy Construction. Number 4, it's Austin Mundy. Austin Mundy in the 4. And also on the racetrack from Charlotte, North Carolina, the pristineauction.com, Avanti Windows and Doors, number 84, that's Ty Gibbs. Ty Gibbs in the 84. And also on the racetrack from Clute, Texas, the Fulkins Brothers Trucking, Power Plus, STC, American Table, B&L Holdings, number 87, it's Aaron Reitzel. Aaron Reitzel in the 87. And also getting fired off now from Altoona, Iowa, the Country Builders Construction, Ochoco West, Bosma Family Farms, Tucker Trucking. Number 88W, it's Austin McCarl. Austin McCarl in the 88W. And from Olive Branch, Mississippi, the Anas Energy Drink, West Tennessee Expediting, Campers Inn, Easy Go, Maxima Racing Oils, number 17 Junior, it's Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in the 17 Junior. And just behind him, from Enumclaw, Washington, the Kane Screen Print, Brumos Collection, HendrickCars.com, Caravan Trailers, FC Traffic Control, number 9 at Casey Kane. Casey Kane in car number 9. And final car on the Speedway, coming to us out of El Paso, Texas, the Taco Casa, Messi Valley Transportation, Burkham Contracting, Ryder Racing Engines. Number J2, it's John Carney the second. John Carney in the J2. So that is the cars in our final practice session of the night here at the dirt track at Texas Motor Speedway. Christopher Bell currently showing the way at a 13.701. Brent Marks in second, 13.706. Then Brad Sweet in third at 13.770. They are the fast 3 so far. Might have an issue on the racetrack over in turn number 4. And Tony, it's honestly no surprise to see the 69K here at the top of the board. That car was lights out last year with Darren Pittman at the wheel. Somehow was not able to win a race, but was quick time both nights. Started on the pole of the feature, led laps, and finished second both times. That car gets around Texas pretty well.
I can't remember which night it was, but I think it would have been the opening night when Brad Sweet ended up the actual victor of the opening night of the All-In Championship finale. But do you remember that battle, Chase, that he and Darren Pittman, former teammates at Casey Kane Racing, owned by the driver you see on your screen right now if you're back home watching on Flow? Darren Pittman and Brad Sweet had a Hulkalian battle for the race lead, and Brad ended up scoring the victory. Not a surprise to see the 69K up at the front. It is a surprise, though, to not see it light blue. I've got more on that when we get some time.
Yeah, you definitely cannot miss that car on the racetrack here this weekend at Texas Motor Speedway. As we get up to speed now, there's Austin Mundy on your screen, the driver to Crandall, Texas, coming across the line to start his first Dirt Draft Hot Lap session. John Carney so far the fastest. He's in the 7th spot. As I say that, Ty Gibbs, now Aaron Reitzel up to 3rd. Casey Kane to 7th. Almost all these drivers in the top 10 right now. Little smoke showing out of the back of Mundy's car as he rolls into turn 1. And Aaron Reitzel now goes to the top, 13.699. 2 1/1000ths of a second faster than Bells, the checkered's out. And right at the end of Hot Laps tonight, the 87 of Aaron Reitzel, the fastest overall here tonight, 13.699 for car number 87. Christopher Bell second, 13.701. Brent Markson third, 13.706. Austin McCarl fourth at 13.765. And Brad Sweet in 5th, 13.770. Casey Kane, Ty Gibbs, Tyler Courtney, Danny Sams, and John Carney will round out the top 10 in Dirt Draft Hot Laps here tonight. Next on the racing program is going to be Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. 2 drivers will be on the racetrack at the same time. They will go for 2 laps around the track, and the best of those 2 laps will count towards their heat race starting position later on. And with there being just 28 cars in the field, it will be 1 flight of qualifying. That means that all the drivers will qualify against each other. As it looks like we've got our first 2 qualifiers making their way onto the racetrack right now to kick things off. So out first from Minden, Nevada, the JST Motorsports, the Ritual, Smith Titanium Factory Cane, Maximum Racing Oils, number 88, here is Tanner Thorson. And the driver we did not see during Dirt Draft Hot Laps from Seagoville, Texas, the DFW Urethane.com, Texas Aeroplastics, Harville Racing 85 of Colby Stubblefield. Lap 1 for Tanner Thorson is a 13.650, 13650. Stubblefield's opening lap, 14.106, 14106. Tanner Thorson on lap number 2, he's better, 13.619, 13619. Colby Stubblefield, lap number 2, he will slow down. First lap was better at 14.106, so Tanner Thorson sets the bar as the first car out in Capital Custom Trailer qualifying here tonight at 13.619 seconds. Next 2 qualifiers getting up to speed now. From Elk Grove, California, the FloRacing, Finley Farms, HenryCars.com, Vulcan Brothers Trucking, Works Limited, JVI Group, number 57. Here is Young Money, Kyle Larson. And from Apollo, Pennsylvania, the Mercedes Motorsports, Ducati of Pittsburgh, Hollywood Blasting Coating, Mountain Mechanical, Mab Motorsports, number 42. It's Cy Lynch. Lap 1 for Larson. He will go second quick, 13.642, 13642. Lap 1 for Cy Lynch. He is 2 the top, 13,506, 13,506. Lap number 2 for Kyle Larson. He is second quick, 13,589, 13,589. Cy Lynch, lap number 2 is better, 13,499, 13,499. Cy Lynch in the 42, now the best of 4 cars so far in Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. Taking time next. From Lebanon, Indiana, the Sander Engineering, 4C's Construction, Tally, Autry Plumbing, Centtown Demolition, number 14 of Spencer Baston. And from Tulsa, Oklahoma, the Bob Hurley RV, X9 Chassis, Outlaw Wings, Rainbow Nut Butter, number 22M of Reese Moran. Lap 1 for Baston. He is going to be 4th overall, 13,871, 13,871. Reese Moran, lap 1 is 5th quick, 13,890, 13,890. Spencer Baston coming across the line to complete his qualifying time. He will be faster, but stays 4th overall, 13,761. And Moran is going to slow down on lap 2. He will take the first lap at 13.890 seconds. Cy Lynch, Kyle Larson, Tanner Thorson, Spencer Baston, and Reese Moran, the top 5 out of 6 cars here in Dirt Draft Hot Laps so far. And here come your next 2 qualifiers getting fired off now. From Grass Valley, California, the Napa Auto Parts, Brumos Collection, Durst Incorporated Factory, Kane FC Track Fit Control. Number 49, here is Brad Sweet. And also on the racetrack from Locust Grove, Oklahoma, the Pella, Avanti Windows and Doors, Big Spring Car Wash, Water Treatment by Design, number 13 of Dason Persley. Dason Persley in the 13, Brad Sweet in the 49. Lap 1 for Sweet, he is to the top, 13,379. Lap number 1 for Dason Persley, he will be 6th overall, 13,795, 13,795. Brad Sweet on lap number 2. He is going to be better. 13,334. 13,334. Persley lap 2 up to 5th quick. 13,688. 13.688. Dason Persley 5th, and now Brad Sweet the fastest overall so far in qualifying. The DJ of the night now on the racetrack from Waco, Texas, the All Bought Your Alternative, Infamous Inc., Bush's Chicken, Flint Rock Ranch, Easy Print, number 9R. Here is Chase Randall. And from Benton, Arkansas, the J.B. Henderson Construction, MPV Logistics, Messina Valley Transportation, Smith Titanium, number 45X of Landon Crawley. Lap 1 for Randall, 3rd quick, 15, make that 13,563. Lap number 1 for Landon Crawley, he's 8th overall, 13,768, 13,768. Chase Randall on lap number 2 is going to slow down. It's a 13,584. First lap better, 13,563. Landon Crawley lap number 2. He is going to slow down as well. He'll take the first lap at 13,768. Landon Crawley 8th and Chase Randall 3rd of 10 cars so far in Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. Qualifying next from Lubbock, Texas, Horizon Whiskey, Nice Creek Landis Block, ShopTruckParts.com, FillPools.com, High Performance Lubricants number 5 of Brennham Crouch. And from Liberal, Kansas, the Bybee Electric, Superior Trailers, Mel Hamilton Racing, Donut Racing Engines, number 36 of Jason Martin. Lap 1 for Brennham Crouch, he is going to be 10th quick, 13,920, 13,920. Jason Martin's first lap, he will be 11th quick, 13,970. So just separated by 5/100ths of a second between these two. Lap 2 for Brennham Crouch. He will improve to 9th overall, 13,793. Jason Martin's second time by, he's now up to 9th quick, 13,774. So Jason Martin 9th and Brennham Crouch 10th out of the 12 qualifiers so far, with 16 left to take a time. Couple of Texas natives now on the racetrack from Kennedale, driving the Express Car Wash, Abilene Powder Coating, Valvoline, One Way Technologies, number 79 of Kyle Jones. And from Odessa, Texas, the Excel Compression, One Man and a Dog Lawn Care, Mike and Tool by American Oil, number 2B of Brett Becker. Brett Becker in the 2B, Kyle Jones in the 79. Jones on lap 1, he will be 13th quick, 14,233. Lap number 1 for Brett Becker, 12th quick, 14,073, 14,073. Kyle Jones was 8th here last year with the POWRi 410 sprint cars. Lap number 2 for him is going to slow down. It's a 14,448, and lap 2 for Brett Becker, he will also slow down. So 12th and 14th for Brett Becker and Kyle Jones on their qualifying laps here in Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. Here come your next two. Out of Monrovia, Indiana, here is the Skagit Speedway Race Redeem Foundation Ford Performance Hager Realty Services, number 26, it's Justin Peck. And from Norman, Oklahoma, the Interstate Batteries, Glenville Station, Jetco, Kreitz Oval Track Parts, number 69K, in his Highlander Racing debut, it's Christopher Bell. Lap 1 for Justin Peck. He is fourth quick, 13.567. Lap 1 for Christopher Bell to the top, 13.198, 13.198. Justin Peck on lap number 2. He will slow down to a 13.618. Lap number 2 for Christopher Bell. He will slow down as well to a 13.260. But Christopher Bell now to the top, 13.198 seconds for the 69K. Meanwhile, Justin Peck, 5th quick overall in car number 26. Next qualifiers of Indianapolis, Indiana, the NOS Energy Drink, Spire Motorsports, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, Brant, Gamebridge, number 7 BC, here is Sunshine, Tyler Courtney. And from St. Helena, California, the Rico Abreu, Kerbagajanian Racing, Pacific Boring, Stadelhofer Construction, Waste Connections, ArcZone.com, number 24, Rico Abreu. Second quick on lap 1 for Tyler Courtney, 13.326. Lap 1 for Rico, 4th quick, 13.435, 13.435. Tyler Courtney, second on lap 1. Lap number 2 will be slower, 13.352. And lap number 2 for Rico, he will be better, but stays 4th overall, 13.395. So Tyler Courtney now 2nd quick overall, and Rico Abreu is 4th. With what looks to be, 10 more cars left to qualify. Now on the racetrack from Myerstown, Pennsylvania, the M&M Painting and Construction, McGrew Equipment Auctions, Babs Paint, Livewire Customs, number 19, it's Brent Marks. And also on the racetrack from Sunnyvale, Texas, the Town Line Variety Gas and Grocery Prime Powders, High Performance Lubricants, number 15H is Sam Haverteep Jr. Brent Marks, 5th quick on lap 1, 13.400. And for Haverteep on lap 1, he is 10th quick, 13.597. Good lap for Marks on his opening time by. Lap number 2 for him is going to be 2nd quick, 13.281, 13.281. Haverteep on lap 2, he's up to 7th overall, 13.534, 13.534. Brent Marks in the 19 now up to 2nd quick. Meanwhile, Sam Haverteep Jr., 7th overall of 20 cars. Up next, from Northport, Florida, the Global Link, Moxie Performance Sports Advisors, Creative Products Group, number 24D, it's Danny Sams III. And from Altoona, Iowa, the Country Builders Construction, Ochoco West, Bosma Family Farms, Tucker Trucking, number 88W, here is Austin McCarl. Lap 1 for Sams, he will be 5th quick, 13.376, 13.376. Lap 1 for Austin McCarl, he is now 7th overall, 13.411, 13.411. Lap 2 for Danny Sams. He is going to slow down to a 13.459. First lap still good enough for 5th overall. Austin McCarl, lap number 2, he is faster but stays 7th, 13.403. 13.403, so Danny Sams now into the top 5 at 5th quick, and Austin McCarl in 7th of 22 cars. The driver that was fastest overall in hot laps now on the racetrack. From Clute, Texas, the Vulcan Brothers Trucking, Power Plus, STC American Table, B&L Holdings, number 87 of Aaron Reitzel. And from Crandall, Texas, the Precision Repro Graphics, Smiley's Race Products, Classic Starter and Alternators, Synergy Construction, number 4 of Austin Mundy. Lap 1 for Aaron Reitzel. He goes 2nd quick, 13.279, 13.279. Austin Mundy, 16th quick on lap 1, 13.711, 13.711. Aaron Reitzel, can he get it on lap number 2? To the top, 13.197. Lap number 2 for Mundy. He's 15th quick, but Aaron Reitzel by 1/1000th of a second is now the fastest driver in Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. Next two drivers out of Charlotte, North Carolina, the pristineauction.com, Avanti Windows and Doors, number 84, here is Ty Gibbs. And from Enumclaw, Washington, the Kane Screen Print, Bruno's Collection, HindredCars.com, Caravan Trailers, FC Traffic Control, number 9, it's Casey Kane. Lap 1 for Ty Gibbs, 11th quick, 13.4, make that 5.46, 13.546. Casey Kane on lap 1, he is now 11th quick at 13.540, 13.540. Ty Gibbs on lap number 2. He's now 9th quick, 13.467, 1.3467. And Casey Kane on lap number 2. He is now 7th quick, 13.379, 13.379. Casey Kane 7th and Ty Gibbs 10th with 2 more cars left to qualify. From El Paso, Texas, the Taco Casa, Mississippi Valley Transportation, Brennham Contracting, Ryder Racing Engines, number J2, here is John Carney II. And from Olive Branch, Mississippi, the NOS Energy Drink, West Tennessee Expediting Campers Inn, Easy Go, Maximum Racing Oils, number 17, Junior, here is Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Lap 1 for Carney, he's 15th overall, 13.583, 1.3583. Ricky Stenhouse on lap number 1 is 22nd quick at 13.773, 1.3773. John Carney, lap number 2 for him is going to be better. It's still 15th though, 13.572. And for Stenhouse on lap number 2, he will slow down to a 13.914. First lap better, 13.773. Ricky Stenhouse 22nd and John Carney 15th. But how about it by 1/1000th of a second? Your fast time qualifier tonight, the 87 of Aaron Reitzel. Christopher Bell 2nd, Brent Marks 3rd, Tyler Courtney 4th, and Brad Sweet 5th. Danny Sands, Casey Kane, Rico Abreu, Austin McCarl, and Ty Gibbs are your top 10 in Capital Custom Trailer qualifying tonight. Getting a good look at that Power Plus, number 87 of Aaron Reitzel. Reitzel was over plus 5,000 tonight to win the race. He asked me earlier on, man, did you see that was plus 5,000 to win tonight? I said, yeah. He thought he was a little mispriced. And he's showing that he is here tonight as he goes to the top in Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. Lap time once again of 13.197 seconds. Besting a 28-car field here at the dirt track at Texas Motor Speedway. Well, hot laps and qualifying in the books. Next on the race program is going to be opening ceremonies and then the heat races. We'll be back with all of that and more from here in Fort Worth, Texas.
I'm Tyler Courtney. You're watching Kubota High Limit Racing on FloRacing.
Introducing the My Kubota app. With My Kubota, connecting with your local dealer is easier than ever. Find them with just a tap and contact them quickly for any assistance you need. Access comprehensive resources like how-to guides, owner's manuals, fault codes, maintenance schedules, and more. Everything you need to keep your Kubota running smoothly. Download the app today.
Capital Custom Trailers and Coaches. We are the #1 Renegade Toterhome dealer and the #1 Intech and Bravo Sprint Car Trailer dealer. No one sells more Toterhomes and Sprint Car Trailers than we do. Check out our complete lineup at capitalrenegade.com. If you're in the market for a Toterhome or a trailer, trust the people that are in the pits with you and that support the sport.
Friday, October 17th and Saturday, October 18th, Kubota High Limit Racing pushes all the chips into a Texas-sized table at Texas Motor Speedway for the All-In Championship finale. The world's premier sprint car racing teams and drivers will face off in Fort Worth for the final time in 2025 as the series crowns its champion. Get your tickets now by visiting highlimitracing.com. Be there when the dust settles and the dirt flies. October 17th and 18th, the All-In Championship weekend.
Winning doesn't just happen. You have to engineer it. You have to test it and make it better than it was the last time. Our engineers have the passion to create the parts you need, the way you need them to be, again and again and again. We've led this game for over 40 years, and we design, refine, and perfect every valve train part worthy of the winner's circle.
When it comes to magneto ignition performance, there's only one name that you can trust, and that's BR Motorsports Ignitioneering. Servicing the racing industry for over 30 years, our state-of-the-art Magneto Dyno Test Lab facility is equipped with the most technically advanced equipment available. And that's why crew chiefs like Paul Silva and Philip Dietz choose BR for all their ignition needs. To learn more, visit us at brpromag.com.
What are you doing with the Johnson sofa?
They had a pipe break. Water leaked all over.
Really?
I'm a roto-rooter plumber.
Really?
We do water cleanup too.
Really?
Yeah.
Call Roto-Rooter for plumbing and water cleanup. Yeah, we do both.
Well, race fans, we are getting close to opening ceremonies. That time of opening ceremonies is scheduled for 7:25, so about 23 minutes away. And what we like to do here with High Limit Racing is have a fan fest, and that is what is taking place right now. The drivers that you just saw on the racetrack are going to be heading to their T-shirt trailers, which you all walked past on your way here into the gate. You see them, if you're watching on Flow, you can see them right there, bottom left of the screen, or if you're here at the track and watch on the big screen. They're all going to be heading to their T-shirt trailers, signing autographs, taking pictures, selling merchandise, all that good stuff. So if you would like to meet one of your favorite drivers, get a picture with them, that you can do that right now. FanFest taking place for about the next 20 minutes behind the main grandstands at the merchandise trailers here at the Texas Motor Speedway dirt track. So make sure to go take advantage of that. We do that for every High Limit Racing event. And while you're down there, make sure to check out the official merchandise trailer with Kubota High Limit Racing. If you're not here, you can check out the official merchandise at that website, shophighlimitracing.com, or you can scan that QR code as well. There's just a bunch of new items that were added to the store. So if you would like to get yourself some High Limit Racing merchandise, that is the place to do it right there. So we'll take a break here on Flow. We've got some content for you to check out here on the other side of this break. Holy cow, you were not kidding, Tyler McKim. Our producer at FloRacing said that the FanFest area is absolutely buzzing down there, and it is jam-packed. So if you missed the announcement earlier on, the FanFest going on right now, all of the drivers are back there in the T-shirt trailers behind the main grandstands right now, and they are signing autographs, taking pictures, selling merchandise. I see Kyle Larson's T-shirt trailer down there. You got Dason Pursley down there, Chase Randall, Danny Sams, Tyler Courtney, Rico Abreu. They are all down there right now at their T-shirt trailers for about the next 15 or so minutes before we get into opening ceremonies. At this point in time, if you are not headed down to the FanFest, we'd like you to take a look at the big screen in the infield and watch the highlights from this race last year, which saw about 5 different lead changes between 3 different drivers. It was an absolute banger of a race. Check it out. Here we go off at turn number 4. Down into turn number 1, Jacob Allen will have the early race lead and makes a little mistake right there off at turn number 2. And Brett Marks crosses to the inside. Brett Marks will have the lead into turn number 3. Brett Marks taking advantage of a mistake right there off the second corner. Car in the wall, upside down back straightaway. Upside down on the back straightaway, the 55 of Chris Windham getting into the wall and going for a wild ride. Also, Kyle Larson looking the wrong direction. Rico Abreu is stopped in turn number 2. Let's go racing off at turn number 4. We are green. That yellow flag certainly a big help for Jacob Allen as he makes it off at turn number 2 clean that time, and he'll have the lead into turn number 3. Tyler Courtney getting by the 19 of Brett Marks and up into the second spot. Sunshine been on the podium the last 3 races in a row with Kubota Highlander Racing trying to do it again. Jacob runs the top. Tyler Courtney runs the bottom. Car bobbles up the road. That was Parker Price Miller. Here comes Jacob Allen to the back of the field. To the inside of Kyle Larson into turns 3 and 4. They're 3 wide. Jacob Allen trying to get by Parker Price Miller and Kyle Larson down the front straightaway. Kyle Larson makes the move. Now Tyler Courtney. He'll make the move on Jacob Allen and take the race lead away. Tyler Courtney to the top spot. Sunshine now trying to find a way by Parker Price Miller in turns 3 and 4. He's side by side with Kyle Larson. Now they get single file down the front straightaway. Tyler Courtney cannot make the pass on Parker Price Miller. Here comes Jacob Allen, Brett Marks, and Anthony Macri. Sunshine makes the move on the law firm there in turns number 3 and 4 and puts a lap down on the 9P. Anthony Macri now looking underneath the Brett Marks. This is for the 3rd position. Anthony Macri up the racetrack. He's got 3rd off at turn number 2. Anthony Macri up to the 3rd spot. Jacob Allen now getting by the lap car of Parker Price Miller. No lap traffic between your leader and the 2nd place car. Macri's up to 3rd, Sweets to 4th, and Marks falls all the way back to the 5th spot. Your leaders now on the same straightaway as the tail end of the field. Once again, that's the 42 of Silence. There's definitely a little bit of a rough spot getting through 1 and 2, and it's going to cost Tyler Courtney. Anthony Macri now right there behind him as they work through turns 3 and 4. Anthony Macri right in the back pocket of Sunshine Tyler Courtney as they work into turn number 1. Macri with a big move. He's going to take the lead into turn number 2. Anthony Macri, what a move right there to get by the Kubota Highlander Racing points leader. And Macri's going to have the lead here on lap number 22. Tyler Courtney right back underneath him into turn number 1. He returns the favor. Slider, they get together. Front bumper to rear bumper. Tyler Courtney back to the top spot. Wow. Close action for the top spot here at Texas Motor Speedway's dirt track. Good stuff at the front of the field there as they now work towards the back bumper of Cy Lynch. Tyler Courtney hits the rough spot again, tries to go down low to protect. Macri, he shoves it right in there, takes the spot away. Tyler Courtney right back to the inside. Here comes Brad Sweet as well. Brad Sweet trying to get in the mix as well. 3-car battle for the race lead as Macri hits the rut. A little bit of a flame popping out of the side of that race car. He continues on. Now some smoke from the number 39M of Macri's that come across the line this time by 5 laps to go. 5 laps to go for Anthony Macri. A close call the last time by off of turn number 2 as he pulls away and gets around the outside of Cy Lynch down the back straightaway. Anthony Macri, this time by 4 to go. Now a race between the top 2 in the points. Brad Sweet underneath of Tyler Courtney cannot make the pass there as Courtney uses Cy Lynch as a pick. Cy Lynch into the infield. His night will come to an end. 3 laps to go for Anthony Macri as he works on Parker Price Miller. Cannot get by him quite yet. Macri washes way up the racetrack at turn number 2. Might be an opportunity for Tyler Courtney to close back in. Close call there for Macri. He nearly got out of the racing groove, trying to find a way by Parker Price Miller. 2 laps to go. 2 to go. This one is not over yet. Macri trying to keep that car pointed in the right direction here. Turn 2 has definitely been an issue spot for a lot of drivers in this one. Here's the white flag for Anthony Macri. Macri washes up the racetrack a little bit right there. Turn 2, can he get through here clean? He doesn't. Washes up the racetrack again. I don't think Sunshine's close enough. They come into 3 and 4 for the final time. And it looks like it's going to be Anthony Macri getting the win here at Texas Motor Speedway's dirt track. Tyler Courtney second, Brad Sweet third, Jacob Allen fourth, and James McFadden in fifth. Chaos unfolded last year during the Stockyard Stampede here at the Texas Motor Speedway dirt track. It ended with Anthony Macri getting his second career high-limit racing victory. We've got FanFest still going on for about the next 12 minutes. All the drivers down there at their T-shirt trailers signing autographs and taking pictures. At this point in time, we would like to thank a lot of the sponsors that allow high-limit racing to get up and down the road on this national tour in 2025. Thank you to all of these great partners. Zimmer Kubota is excited to be a part of this high-octane race weekend. Family-owned and operated for over 40 years, Zimmer Kubota has been delivering trusted service, dependable equipment, and strong community values across North Texas. From horsepower on the dirt track to horsepower on the job site, Zimmer Kubota is here to keep you running strong. Stop by any of Zimmer's 6 locations or visit them at zktractor.com. Cometic Gasket is a proud sponsor of High Limit Racing. Cometic is the go-to high-performance gasket for racers around the globe. Cometic is dedicated to customer satisfaction and provides uncompromised sealing solutions designed for each customer's specific application. Cometic gaskets are the industry standard for championship-winning teams across multiple disciplines of both professional and amateur motorsports. Cometic gaskets are proudly made in the USA. For more information, log on to Cometic.com. Cometic Gasket, sealing championships since 1989. Race fans, are you ready to experience the ultimate in equipment solutions? Head to your nearest Kubota dealership today and discover a world of top quality products, expert advice, and exceptional service. From tractors to utility vehicles, Kubota offers a wide range of reliable options to meet your needs. Don't wait any longer. Visit a Kubota dealership now and let them help you find the perfect solution for your equipment needs. K1 Race Gear is proud to be the official safety gear provider of High Limit Racing. More top-level drivers across all forms of motorsport trust K1 Race Gear with their safety product needs. Whether it is premium custom suits, gloves, or shoes, K1 Race Gear has you covered. Find out more at k1racegear.com and follow us along at K1 Race Gear on all social media platforms. K1 Race Gear, the racer's brand of safety gear and apparel. At Rod & Supply, we have the unique opportunity to be involved with all sorts of industries, from auto racing and performance-related industries to farming and industrial markets. Whether you're running a go-kart, micro, mini sprint, midget, modified, late model sprint, or tractor, Rod & Supply has the assortment of rod ends, radius rods, bearings, and specialty products that will help you lead the field and perform at your maximum potential. Since 1989, Rod & Supply has provided superior products priced competitively with prompt and courteous service. Our promise is to continue to provide superior service with superior products that will keep you in front of your field. Visit us today at rodandsupply.com. And remember, we don't just sell them, we race them. Once again, thank you to all of those sponsors that help us out all throughout the 2025 season. Would not be possible without all of those great partners. Let's take another quick break here on Flow. When we come back, we've got some Dirt 2, Season 2 to take a look at here on Flow Racing.
I'm Justin Peck, and you're watching Kubota High Limit Racing on FloRacing.
Established in 1983, FK Rod Ends has been the industry leader for both midget and micro racing. Family owned and operated, we take pride in our products and our name because we know you value yours. Visit our website, www.fkrodends.com, to find out how you can join our winning team. FK Rod Ends. To beat the best, you've got to use the best.
4. Welcome to the High Limit Room.
My name is Corey Day. I'm from Clovis, California. Racing in Brian's name basically is huge to me. I grew up, watching Brian, and he was awesome. It's cool to be racing for Driven to Save Lives. I get to represent it and, hopefully get more people to sign up for organ donation.
Introducing the My Kubota app. With My Kubota, connecting with your local dealer is easier than ever. Find them with just a tap and contact them quickly for any assistance you need. Access comprehensive resources like how-to guides, owner's manuals, fault codes, maintenance schedules, and more. Everything you need to keep your Kubota running smoothly. Download the app today.
Just a few minutes away from getting underway with opening ceremonies here at the Stockyard Stampede, the dirt track at Texas Motor Speedway in Fort Worth, Texas. Before we do get to opening ceremonies, did want to show you a clip from Dirt 2, a season with High Limit, a docuseries about sprint car racing and about High Limit racing. Here's a clip from episode 5, and before we send it to that, did want to remind you that all 5 episodes are available right now on FloRacing. Check this out.
Brent Marks caps off the season in style, winning the final race and cashing in a $50,000 payday while fending off Corey Day to lock up the 5th and final charter spot.
For the 3rd time this year, he is a winner in the state of Texas. Make some noise for your winner, Brent Marks. And what a way to cap off the year. It was certainly a tough stretch for him, Tony, but caps it off with a big W.
How bad did you need that one after everything this season?
Really bad. And what a way to end the season here with the High Limit Sprint Car Series. And we got it done tonight, and it just feels amazing to get us another win here. Had some really awesome years the last 3 years doing what we were doing, and just wanted to try something different, come out here, commit to this series, and really love their vision, what they want to do. Just so fortunate to be standing here, and I'm just so proud of this whole Murray Marks Motorsports team.
For the 3rd time in 2024, Whiskey Myers Victory Lane is home to Brent Marks!
We got the top 5 spot locked up for the charter, so that means a lot. So I'm excited to see what that looks like. Just so blessed to be in this moment right now, to feel the feelings I'm feeling, to win this race, and just so proud of this Murray Marks Motorsports team. This is one hell of a way to end the season.
You start to really kind of truly care about all the different characters in this league, basically, and you want the whole league to do well. I want Rico to do well. I want Tyler Courtney to do well. I want James McFadden to do well. I want Brent Marks to do well. I want Justin Peck. I want them all. Even Casey Kane and Chris Wyndham. It's like those guys had tough years, and it's like you cheer them on all year. So I honestly couldn't be more proud of the effort.
At the end of the day, we did get the result we wanted because we had to stay within a spot of Rico or get ahead of him, and it's been a great season for a whole Monster Energy Drink team, and yeah, it's just crazy.
Did you do me a favor for the 2 Corey?
Cool to see everybody come out tonight and support High Limit Championship night. We got to race for a couple different battles. So race for a points position and race for 50 grand. So yeah, it was a great year.
The off season's going to be a little different for me this year. I have a baby coming in February, so by the time we see you again next year, I'll have a little one. I'm super excited about it. Me and Georgie's first kid, so we're super pumped and ready to go along that journey.
And look at that, Chase, just behind him. The Victory Lane banners have changed from feature winner to 2024 champion, because that's Brad Sweet!
But when the dust settles, all eyes are on the big cat, Brad Sweet, who officially claims the title of Kubota High Limit Series champion. After a season of domination, Sweet stands alone at the top, securing the #1 spot in the overall standings and etching his name in the history books.
Cannot say enough good things about the Dirt 2 a season with High Limit Racing, the docuseries that followed around a bunch of the drivers from our tour last year, and you definitely need to go check it out. You can watch it on FloRacing. All 5 episodes are available right now, and I can hint to you that there will be some big news as well about Dirt 2 coming out here in just a few days. So very cool stuff. It's great for the series and just maybe brings in some new fans that didn't really know much about sprint car racing. You watch a documentary like that and it'll bring you right in. I have watched a lot of documentaries about things I did not know, and I was a fan after that. And I'm sure that same thing can be said about people that watch that series and become sprint car fans afterwards. So getting a look at the busy pit area down there as drivers and teams prepare themselves for our heat races coming up right after opening ceremonies, which is right now. Let's go downstairs with Tony Laporta.
Thanks so much, Chase. We are down here in Victory Lane at the dirt track at Texas Motor Speedway. In just a few very fast hours, this will be transformed into Whiskey Myers Victory Lane for the opening week of a very busy month of May racing for Kubota High Limit Racing. The grandstands are filling in here at the Texas Motor Speedway dirt track. Before we get going, ladies and gentlemen, how are you feeling tonight? We like it. We like it. We're happy to be back here in Fort Worth, Texas, and we're happy you are here with us to kick off the Stockyard Stampede with Kubota High Limit Racing. So with that, let's officially kick off the evening as we begin opening ceremonies at this time. For all of those of you who are here in attendance and are able at this time, we ask that you please rise and as we welcome Trail Life Troop 5146 from Sanger, Texas, as they present our nation's colors. Folks, we ask that you please remain standing as we welcome from Racers for Christ to lead us in tonight's invocation, Mark Higgins.
Pray with me. Abba, Father, as we come before your throne this evening, Lord, we're just so thankful for the break in the rain that you've given us. What a glorious day for racing. I pray for the crowd that's here this evening and those that are at home that couldn't join us watching on Flow. We just are so thankful that we can be here. We're thankful for the High Limit Series and all their personnel that put this show together. We pray a special prayer of blessing on our safety team, our drivers, our crews, as they put this show on tonight. Keep them safe in your protection. And Lord, I lift our service men and women, both at home and abroad, that you be with them and their families as they serve to protect our country and make it free. Thank you, God, for this evening. Lead, guide, and direct us in all we say and do, and forever be your praise. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you, Mark. Fans, we ask that you please remain standing. Gentlemen, remove cover as we welcome to honor America with the live performance of tonight's national anthem, U.S. Navy and Vietnam veteran from Fairfield, Texas, Don Thornton.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, how about one more big round of applause for Don Thornton? Well, what do you say, Texas Motor Speedway? One more big round of applause for Trail Life Troop 5146, our color guard here tonight. And with that, race fans, it's time to kick off the month of May. It's time to kick off a very busy weekend here at the Texas Motor Speedway. And it's time to go all in with Kubota High Limit Racing.
Cars now making their way out of the racetrack for our opening heat race of the night. It is brought to you by the folks at TJ Forged Wheels. Let's take a look at the lineup for heat race number 1. On the pole out of Indianapolis, Indiana, driving the NOS Energy Drink, Spire Motorsports, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, Brandt, Gamebridge. Number 7 BC at Sunshine, Tyler Courtney. And outside of him, starting in second out of Enumclaw, Washington, the Canes Green Print, Brimo's Collection, HendrickCars.com, Caravan Trailers, FC Traffic Control. Number 9 at Casey Kane. Starting in third out of Charlotte, North Carolina, the PristineAuction.com, Avanti Windows and Doors. Number 84, it's Ty Gibbs. And starting in fourth, your fast time qualifier tonight. Out of Clute, Texas, the Fulkins Brothers Trucking, Power Plus, STC America Table, B&L Holdings, number 87 of Aaron Reitzel. Starting in fifth, your DJ of the night out of Waco, Texas, the All By Your Alternative, Infamous Inc., Bush's Chicken, Flint Rock Ranch, Easy Print. Number 9R, it's the Quickest Chicken, Chase Randall. And outside of him from Elk Grove, California, the FloRacing, Finley Farms, HendrickCars.com, Fulkins Brothers Trucking, Works Limited, JBI Group. Number 57, Young Money, Kyle Larson. Starting on the inside of row number 4 from Locust Grove, Oklahoma, the Pella, Avanti Windows and Doors, Big Spring Car Wash, Water Treatment by Design. Number 13, it's Dason Persley. And starting in 8th out of Olive Branch, Mississippi, the NOS Energy Drink, West Tennessee Expediting Campers Inn, Easy Go, Maximum Racing Oils. Number 17, Junior Ricky Stenhouse Jr. And starting in 9th out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, the Bob Hurley RV, X9 Chassis, Outlaw Wings, Rainbow Nut Butter. Number 22, M of Reese Moran. And your final start out of Kennedale, Texas, driving the Express Car Wash, Abilene Powder Coating, Valvoline, One Way Technologies, number 79 of Kyle Jones. TJ Forged Wheels only builds forged aluminum wheels using proprietary tooling and exclusive manufacturing processes that clearly elevate our wheels above the competition. Product quality, product safety, and exceptional customer service is what we do. We lead where others follow. Don't settle for close enough. That is TJ Forged. So 6 cars will transfer from the heat races. 6 cars will transfer. After 8 laps, the winner of the heat race and the fastest qualifier to transfer will go to tonight's dash. So keep an eye on Aaron Reitzel. As long as he stays in the top 6, he will go to the dash with the heat race winner. If Reitzel can win the heat race, he would automatically be on the pole of tonight's dash. If he falls out of a transfer spot, that'll move the 2nd place finisher into a dash position. Chase Randall starts 5th. He is the DJ of the night. Here is the first. Randall's high roller playlist as we come to the green flag in heat race number 1. Side by side as they roll into turn number 1. It's going to be Tyler Courtney with the first call. He'll show the way. One car way out of the groove. It was Ricky Stenhouse Jr. He'll fall to the tail end of the field. Behind Tyler Courtney's 2nd spot currently belongs to Casey Kane. Aaron Reitzel quickly from 4th into the 3rd spot as they're battling behind him. It's Chase Randall getting by Ty Gibbs. Randall's now up to 4th. Ty Gibbs falls to 5th. Kyle Larson in the 6th position on the bubble for a transfer to the main event here tonight. Tyler Courtney Close to a couple of wins here last year at Texas Motor Speedway's dirt track. Could not close the deal. Looking to be a part of tonight's FK Rodden's dash with the heat race win. Showing the way over Casey Kane. Aaron Reitzel, Chase Randall. Ty Gibbs. And Kyle Larson, the top six. Problem for Reitzel. Reitzel's off the pace on the back straightaway. The caution flag's going to come out. Aaron Reitzel, your fast qualifier, was running third at the time. And the Power Plus number 87 has no more power in turn 3. Comes to a stop. And that will now move Casey Kane into a dash position. Aaron Reitzel, all he had to do was finish in the top 6 and he would have been a part of tonight's dash. But with this problem, he's going to fall to the tail end of the field and out of a transfer spot. You see the replay right there presented by Comp Cams. Hard to tell right there. It just looks like he loses power coming off the corner. And so Reitzel is going to go back to the work area outside of turn 2. You see that orange cone on the front stretch, race fans, that was just placed there by a Kubota High Limit Racing official. The drivers, they cannot pass each other before that cone. They cannot go below that cone, and they cannot hit that cone, or they will be docked a position at the conclusion of the race or at the next stoppage of the race. So that orange cone is important. Once they all go by, they will pull it back into the infield. Reitzel not going to make it back onto the racetrack. So now the race for second is very, very important between Casey Kane and Chase Randall. We're back to green. Tyler Courtney squirts away from Kane into turn 1, pulls away by 3 car lengths. Kane trying to do the same over Randall. Behind them, a battle for 4th. Ty Gibbs holds off a challenge from Kyle Larson in turn number 2. Larson's car very sideways right there, entering the 3rd corner, allowing Dason Person to take a look to the inside, down the front straightaway. Larson shuts the door in turn number 1. That's the race for 5th. Persley currently holds the final transfer spot. This time by 3 to go for Sunshine. Kane, Randall, Gibbs, Larson and Persley, with Reese Moran trying to close in on that Pella Avanti windows and doors number 13 for the final transfer spot. Kyle Jones and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. round out the rest of the field. 2 to go, that time by. Tyler Courtney now out to nearly a straightaway advantage over the Caravan Trailers number 9. White flag 1 to go, and TJ Forge, heat race number 1. All the drivers relatively spread out here in this opening heat race. As Tyler Courtney comes off the middle portion of the racetrack in turn number 4, and he will get the win in heat race number 1. Casey Kane 2nd, Chase Randall 3rd, Ty Gibbs 4th, 5th goes to Kyle Larson, and 6th goes to Dason Persley. So your results from TJ Forged heat race number 1. The winner is Tyler Courtney in 7BC. Casey Kane ends up in 2nd. Both of those drivers going to tonight's dash. Chase Randall ends up in the 3rd spot. 4th went to Ty Gibbs. 5th went to Kyle Larson. And 6th went to Dason Persley. Those 6 going straight to the main event. Ty Gibbs stops on the front straightaway. He is now 2 for 2 in making High Limit Racing features straight out of the heat race, Tony.
Chase, you know what they'd say in baseball? He's batting 1,000 when it comes to qualifying for Kubota High Limit Racing A main events through his heat races. Ty Gibbs, you're making this sprint car thing look easy. What is it like with such little experience out there on track racing against guys of this caliber?
Yeah, you know, I definitely am lack of experience for sure, and that's what lost me in my 3rd spot, and you know, I think I could have kept it there, but just really having a lot of fun, trying to get better. I really enjoy being out here, so thank you to everybody that supports me, and Oakley and Monster and Chad Boat. They built great race cars, and just, you know, happy to be doing this. I think it helps me.
Ty Gibbs says he's having fun, he loves being out here, and he just wants to get better. Chase Rodman, that should be the attitude all of us take in life.
I definitely agree, and I talked to Chad Boat earlier on. We're going to be seeing Ty Gibbs quite a bit over the next 2 weeks here with Kubota High Limit Racing, as he will be a part of tonight's main event. Here is the lineup for our 2nd heat race of the night. It's brought to you by DMI Racing Components. On the pole of this one, out of Grass Valley, California, driving the Napa Auto Parts, Brumo's Collection, Durst Incorporated Factory Cane, FC Traffic Control, number 49. It's the Big Cat, Brad Sweet. And outside of him, from St. Helena, California, the Rico Abreu, Kerbagajanian Racing, Pacific Boring, Stamelhofer Construction, Waste Connections, ArcZone.com, number 24. It's Rico Abreu. And starting in the third spot from Apollo, Pennsylvania, driving the Mercedes Motorsports, Ducati of Pittsburgh, Hollywood Blasting Coating, Mountain Mechanical, MAV Motorsports, number 42, it's Cy Lynch. And rolling off from fourth, out of Norman, Oklahoma, the Interstate Batteries, Glenville Station, Jetco, Kreitz Oval Track Parts, number 69K, Christopher Bell. Starting in fifth tonight in this second heat race from Monrovia, Indiana, driving the Skagit Speedway Race Redeem Foundation, Ford Performance, Hager Realty Services, number 26. The driver is Justin Peck. And rolling off in P6, out of Minden, Nevada, piloting the JST Motorsports, The Ritual, Smith Titanium Factory Cane, Maximum Racing Oils, number 88, it's Tanner Thorson. Starting in the 7th position at Lebanon, Indiana, the Sander Engineering, Four Seas Construction, Tally, Autry Plumbing, Sincal Demolition, number 14, it's Spencer Baston. And rolling off from 8th out of Liberal, Kansas, the Bybee Electric, Superior Trailers, Mel Hamilton Racing, Donut Racing Engines, number 36, it's Jason Martin. And your final start out of Odessa, Texas, in the Excel Compression, One Man and a Dog Lawn Care, Micah Tool, Buy American Oil, number 2B, it's Brett Becker. 9 cars, 8 laps, the top 6 finishers going to tonight's main event. DMI Racing Components are built with the precision of skilled machinists and the common sense of winning racers. Located in the heart of central Pennsylvania, you can find us every week participating in the sport we love. You race, we race, let's race together. That's DMI Racing Components. So Brad Sweet rolling off from the front row alongside of Rico Abreu. That should be a spirited battle for a dash position. Remember, the heat race winners will go to the dash. And in this race, you want to keep an eye on Christopher Bell. As long as he stays in the top 6, he will be a part of tonight's FK Rodden's dash. But as Aaron Reitzer just showed us, easier said than done when things don't go your way, mechanically and on the racetrack as well. Drivers getting behind the newly wrapped HendrickCars.com pace truck. They make their way into turn 3. Drivers finding their proper starting position as they get set for 8 laps of action in DMI heat race number 2 during race number 7 of 2025 with Kubota High Limit Racing. We mentioned it earlier, Chase Randall, you're listening to his music tonight on his High Roller playlist. Here's one from Morgan Wallen. On High Limit Radio 103.9, as it looks like we're not coming to the green this time by. The lights still on top of the HendrickCars.com pace truck. That chalk stripe you see painted on the track in turn 4 is where the drivers will accelerate to the green flag. It's Brad Sweet next to Rico Abreu, Cy Lynch next to Christopher Bell, Justin Peck next to Tanner Thorson, then Spencer Baston and Jason Martin, and Brett Becker. Who will be our next 2 competitors to go to tonight's FK Rodden's Dash? We will find out in 8 short laps around the Texas Motor Speedway dirt track. HendrickCars.com pace truck will hang a hard left into the infield. And now the field is in the hands of Brad Sweet and Rico Abreu. Chalk stripe in turn 4 is where you'll see them accelerate. Underway now with DMI heat number 2 as Brad Sweet will jump out with the early race lead. Christopher Bell to the outside of Cy Lynch. He'll make the pass for the 3rd spot off of turn number 2. Now Bell pressuring the 24 of Rico Abreu as they almost go side by side off the corner. They are indeed side by side, and Bell makes the pass across the line. Christopher Bell 4th to 2nd on the opening lap here in heat race number 2. Now Bell trying to close in on Brad Sweet down the back straightaway. If he can make the pass on Sweet, that would put Bell automatically on the pole of tonight's FK Rodden's Dash. Abreu runs in 3rd, Cy Lynch in 4th, 5th is Justin Peck, and 6th at this point in time is Spencer Baston trying to fend off a challenge from Tanner Thorson. Baston looking to drive straight into the feature out of the heat race. Couple cars showing some smoke. That was Cy Lynch and Justin Peck. Both those drivers, a little smoke out of the left side of the engine compartment there, but no harm, no foul. Here's the halfway sign for Brad Sweet, as he's got about a 10 or so car length lead over the interstate batteries, number 69K of Christopher Bell. Tanner Thorson back in the rear pocket of Spencer Baston. Now he loses touch of them off of turn number 4. Make that turn number 2. Jason Martin not too far behind in the 8th position, and Brett Becker in 9th. Still smoke out of the 26 of Peck. Still rolling along just fine as the 2 to go signal comes out this time by for the 100 years of Napa Auto Parts, number 49. Brad Sweet, a winner here last year on championship weekend. Other finishes were 3rd and 19th here at Texas last season. He's on the white flag, 1 to go. Nice and smooth through the middle part of the racetrack, and Brad Sweet will be in tonight's dash. He gets the win in heat race number 2. Christopher Bell in 2nd. 3rd goes to Rico Abreu. 4th will be Cy Lynch. 5th, Justin Peck. And 6th, final transfer, Spencer Baston. Here are your results from heat race number 2. Your 6 transfers. Brad Sweet, Christopher Bell, they go to the dash. Rico Abreu, Cy Lynch, Justin Peck, and Spencer Baston will all be a part of tonight's main event. Tanner Thorson, Jason Martin, and Brett Becker will have to come out of out of tonight's B main. All drivers making their way through the tunnel in the infield as we get set to bring you heat race number 3 lineup in just a moment. Heat race number 3 is brought to you by the folks at BR Motorsports. When it comes to buying sprint car parts, there's only one place to shop, and that is BR Motorsports. Here is the lineup for this one. On the pole, the driver out of Northport, Florida. In car number 24D, it's the Global Link Moxie Performance Sports Advisors Creative Products Group. Number 24D, it's Danny Sams III. And outside of him from Altoona, Iowa, the Country Builders Construction, Ochoco West, Bosma Family Farms, Tucker Trucking. Number 88W, it's Austin McCarl. And rolling off from 3rd, out of Sunnyvale, Texas, the Town Line Variety Gas and Grocery, Prime Powders, High Performance Lubricants, Kaiser Wheels. Number 15H, Sam Haferteep Jr. Rolling off from 4th, out of Myerstown, Pennsylvania, the M&M Painting and Construction, McGrew Equipment Auctions, Babs Paint, Livewire Customs. Number 19, it's Brent Marks. And starting from the 5th position, out of El Paso, Texas, the Taco Casa, the Sea Valley Transportation, Burkham Contracting, Ryder Racing Engines. Number J2, John Carney II. And starting off from the 6th position, out of Crandall, Texas, the Precision Repro Graphics, Smiley Race Products, Classic Starter and Alternator, Synergy Construction. Number 4 of Austin Mundy. Starting in 7th, out of Benton, Arkansas, the JB Henderson Construction, MPV Logistics, Sea Valley Transportation, Smith Titanium. Number 45X of Landon Crawley. And rolling off from 8th, out of Lubbock, Texas, the Horizon Whiskey, Nice Crete and Landis, ShopTruckParts.com, PhilPools.com, High Performance Lubricants, number 5 of Brennham Crouch. And your final starter in this one out of Seagaville, Texas, the DFWUrethane.com, Texas Aeroplastics, Harville Racing, number 85 of Colby Stubblefield. With over 250,000 parts in stock, BR Motorsports only sells the best parts by the best manufacturers like King Racing Products, MSD Ignition, Kaiser Wheels, and Triple X Chassis. Well, Danny Sam's going to roll off from the pole in this one. A great shot at putting himself into tonight's dash there, Tony.
Yeah, absolutely, Chase. And Danny Sams coming into town after a really good run back at Casa Grande in Central Arizona a few weeks back. Drove from 15th to 13th, and that was after picking up the Rod End Supply Hard Charger Award when he went +9 back in Southern California at Paris Auto Speedway. Danny Sams III needs a good run for just his year-long championship standing, but he definitely needs it for himself and for his family here today. Earlier this morning, Danny posted news that he lost his grandfather. Danny Sams Sr. passed away back home in Florida this morning. Danny Sams' grandfather was a decorated war veteran serving the U.S. military in Vietnam. He was quite decorated, actually earned 2 Bronze Stars, 1 with an oak leaf cluster, and he was a Purple Heart recipient. That, the grandfather of Danny Sams III, the driver in the 24D. Danny racing with heavy hearts as he and his family mourn the loss of his grandfather earlier this morning back home in Florida. They're hoping to honor him with a great run here tonight in Texas.
Yeah, Danny's father, Danny Sams Jr., not here tonight. They have Dennis Gainey here as the crew chief on the car. So we're coming to the green in our third heat race of the night as Austin McCarl's going to get a jump around the outside, and he'll show the way into turn number 1. Brent Marks around the outside trying to get by Danny Sams, the third, for second. They are side by side down the back straightaway. Give the spot to Brent Marks in turn 3, but the yellow comes out as Brennham Crouch is stopped in turn 2. And that might be a blessing in disguise there for Danny Sams, who did not get a very good start there, had lost almost 2 positions, had actually lost 2 positions there. As we get a look at what happened to Brennham Crouch here. Oh, and Crouch, wow, had the left rear about hit him in the back of the head right there as he went into the corner. Left rear picked up off the ground. And Austin McCarl has been docked a row for jumping the start. So Austin McCarl back a row. That'll move Sam Hafertepe Jr. up to the front row next to Danny Sams. We'll try it again. Sams not able to get going once again, and Sam Hafertepe jumps out with the early race lead. Brent Marks once again around the outside trying to get by Danny Sams. They are side by side at the midpoint of the back straightaway. Danny Sams around the bottom, slides up, gets back in front of Brent Marks. So aggressive maneuver right there for Danny Sams to take back the second position. But it's all Sam Hafertepe Jr. showing the way up front. Got the win right here at Texas Motor Speedway's dirt track back on March 28th with the Power I-410 Series. And now Hafertepe trying to be a part of tonight's dash, but the yellow is out. Caution flag waving. See one of our officials on a side-by-side making his way into turn 1. Might be some debris potentially on the racetrack. So yes, indeed, debris on the racetrack was the cause of the yellow, and it does also sound like that Brennham Crouch had actually jumped that last start there. So Crouch has been docked a spot or 2 there, and so that was the reason for the yellow, the debris in turns 1 and 2. So Sam Hafertepe is showing the way, the 15H car. Danny Sams running second, Brent Marks in third. Fourth is Austin McCarl, fifth is Austin Mundy. Good run right now for Mundy. Was not able to make this show last year with High Limit Racing, but in a good position to do so right now in that number 4 car. As we come to the green. Back underway, and Hafertepe able to get away from Danny Sams on the restart. Austin McCarl to the left rear of Brent Marks in turns 1 and 2, but Marks is able to clear himself and maintain that third position. Back behind McCarl, Austin Mundy a little bit out of the groove off of turn number 4, allowing, car off the pace, the 85 of Colby Stubblefield. And Stubblefield will draw caution in turn 1. So a problem for Colby Stubblefield, making his season debut with High Limit in 2025. In that number 85 car, we did see Stubblefield last year as well. Saw him run at the RPM Speedway. Earlier this year, Colby Stubblefield not able to make the Power I-410 main event here at Texas Motor Speedway's dirt track, but on that same night, he did win the Power I-305 sprint car race. And unfortunately has a mechanical issue there, and he will head back to the pit area. Not the first time we've seen Stubblefield have an issue here this evening. Did not make it out for hot laps as well. As we get back to green, it's Danny Sams' car. There is something wrong with that thing on the starts. It does not get going at all. As Hafertepe, by the time he gets to the backstretch, has almost a half straightaway lead over the second place car. Once Sams is up to speed, though, everything's fine. It's just the restarts. That thing does not get going. Brent Marks, third. Austin McCarl in fourth. Austin Mundy, fifth. Landon Crawley in the final transfer spot. Crawley trying to hold off the number 5 of Brennham Crouch. Crouch maybe 5 or so car lengths behind the 45X car as they work down the front straightaway. Everybody nice and smooth through the middle portion of the racetrack. Pretty typical here in the heat races to see it wide open, not too wide, but by the time we get to the feature, should be a little bit more spread out, a little bit wider. A couple lanes of racing to use. as Haferteep is going to come by the line and see the white flag, 1 to go. No change for position back behind as John Carney takes his car back to the pit area. Sam Haferteep Jr. is going to make his way off at turn number 4. He will win heat race number 3, brought to you by BR Motorsports. Danny Sams in second, Brent Marks in third, fourth goes to Austin McCarl, fifth to Austin Mundy, and final transfer to the 45X of Landon Crawley. So Sam Haferteep Jr. is your winner in heat race number 3. He will go to the dash. Second was Danny Sams III. In 24D, third was Brent Marks. He will go to the dash as well. Fourth was Austin McCarl. Fifth, Austin Mundy. And sixth was the 45X of Landon Crawley. Those are your transfer cars. Meanwhile, Brennham Crouch, John Carney, and Colby Stubblefield will head to the B feature later on in the race program. Austin Mundy stopped down the front straightaway, former Bandit Outlaw Sprint Series winner here at the Texas Motor Speedway dirt track. And he is standing by now with Tony Laporta.
Austin Mundy took the green flag for that start, stop, go again, try it over again. Heat race in the 6th position. You go +2 to finish 4th. How hard is it to settle into a rhythm and try to advance your position? You were already in the main if you finished where you started, but you're able to move forward. How tricky is that?
Yeah, man, it's just hard. You know, these guys are really good, and we just come out here and we're going to try to learn from the best. And I just want to thank my car owners for giving me such a great car, and I'm having a lot of fun out here.
Austin Mundy echoes the thoughts that we heard from Ty Gibbs earlier, Chase. People come and race with Kubota High Limit, and they have fun.
They certainly do, and somebody having fun right below me here with an Austin Mundy t-shirt on. She definitely enjoyed that run there from that number 4 car. Austin Mundy, 3 third-place finishes this year in the 410. We'll see what he is able to do here tonight when we get to feature action. Well, that's it for the heat races. We've done qualifying, we've done hot laps. We've got 3 more races on the program tonight. That's the B main, the dash, and of course, the $10,000 to win feature. When we come back from this break here on FloRacing, we will find out who starts where in tonight's FK Rodden's Dash.
I'm Casey Kane, and you're watching Kubota High Limit Racing on FloRacing.
Since their 2001 inception, DMI Racing Components have changed the game. From open-wheel suspension, steering, and driveline components to their line of Bulldog quick change rears, they set the new standard for innovation, performance, and value. DMI and Bulldog products are backed by the best customer support in the industry with more than 150 years of race-winning experience. Let our experience help guide you to victory lane. We race, you race. Let's race together.
Introducing the My Kubota app. With My Kubota, connecting with your local dealer is easier than ever. Find them with just a tap and contact them quickly for any assistance you need. Access comprehensive resources like how-to guides, owner's manuals, fault codes, maintenance schedules, and more. Everything you need to keep your Kubota running smoothly. Download the app today.
Brian lived a lifetime of moments in those 27 years. Through his death, the lives that are being saved because of that one decision has just been incredible. And that's all I wanted for Brian and I was more time. And through Brian's gift, here Dan gets to have that with his daughters. You know, as a dad, I was proud of that as much as I was of the racing accomplishments.
Hey race fans, have you set your Dirt Draft lineup yet? Dirt Draft is the fantasy racing app you can download right on your phone. Pick a team of 5 drivers within your $100,000 salary cap, and the better they do, the better you do. You earn points to spend in the Dirt Draft Speed Shop for all kinds of cool stuff, from t-shirts and hats, race tickets and pit passes, or even a season pass to FloRacing. New subscribers even get a free Dirt Draft t-shirt. Download the Dirt Draft app now from the Apple app or Google Play Store.
High Limit Racing redraw wheel is set up down in Texas Motor Speedway Dirt Track Victory Lane, and we are now about to find out who will start where in tonight's FK Rod-Ins Dash. So for that, let's go back downstairs to Tony Laporta.
Oh yes, Chase, we are about to find out where our 6 FK Rod-Ins Dash qualifying drivers will start said FK Rod-Ins Dash in a little while. But before we find out where they'll start that race, we got to tell you about how this big, beautiful piece of machinery works. This is the Kubota High Limit Racing Roulette Redraw Wheel. It's been a couple weeks since we last raced. In case any of you forgot how this works, we'll go through it quickly. The drivers in tonight's FK Rod-Ins Dash will come up one by one. Since this is not a split field for qualifying, they will come up in the order of heat race winners 1, 2, and 3. And then we will go to the fastest transferring cars out of those 3 heat races, again going in 1, 2, and 3 order. The drivers will come up, heat race winners first, transfers second. They will stand right here next to me. They will answer the High Limit Racing hot seat question. None of them know what it is. It's a complete secret. Then after they answer the question, they'll take the turns, they'll spin the wheel, and whatever number that wheel lands on after that driver spins, seeds them in tonight's FK Rod-Ins Dash. The trick is nobody knows exactly where they'll start until the very last driver or 6th driver of the night spins, because you want the lowest number. So say 5 out of 6 drivers have spun. Brad Sweet, for example, has spun a 5. That's a very low number. That's good. But our last driver comes up to spin and they hit a 3. That is smaller than a 5. Boom. That puts them right up to the top. So the name of the game is you want this wheel to stop on a small single-digit number. Of course, if it hits 00, you automatically get the best starting position available. So with that, we are ready to go. We're going to kick things off down here with our TJ Forged Heat Race #1 winner from Indianapolis, Indiana. He ran second here in the spring race back in 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Tyler Courtney. Tyler Courtney is here. Friend, is that a new suit? It looks sharp.
I got it at Chili Bowl, so kind of new.
For a minute, I thought you were going to say you got it at Chili's, but I don't think you got it there, did you?
No, not at Chili's.
Okay, you can get a triple dipper, though. I'll tell you that much right now. Hey, we're getting ready to spin the redraw wheel. You guys ran second here back in 2024 in the spring race. Jake Argo and I were talking about that. Can you transfer anything over? That race was a year ago. Can you use anything from that race here this evening?
Yeah, a little bit. The track's sort of similar as the spring race last year. But yeah, I mean, you try to use some of your same notes, but stuff changes throughout the year from year to year. So yeah, just a few different things we got going tonight than we did probably last year. But all in all, our Austin Engineering car's been pretty good from the drop of the green tonight.
All right, we want to thank you for coming on the High Limit Room a few weeks ago with Chase Rodman. That was a great conversation we had. We are ready for the hot seat question of the night. This question comes to us from, believe it or not, a gentleman named Flounder Malone. So Flounder Malone from Belleville, Pennsylvania wants to know, Tyler, what is your hobby or what do you enjoy doing away from the racetrack?
Either going golfing or going to the casino. Those are probably my two favorite things.
Which one costs more money?
Depends on the day.
I like it. Tyler Courtney, let's make some noise for him here in Fort Worth, Texas. Tyler Courtney, our first driver to spin here. The lower the number, the tougher it'll be for the rest of this field of FK Rod End's Dash qualifying drivers to start up in front. Tyler wants a low number, and that number 0 would be pretty gosh darn low. The number 14 is not bad. Sunshine kicks things off with a 1-4. Hashtag AJ Foyt. Coming up next, DMI Heat Race number 2 winner. He's your reigning High Limit Racing National Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Brad Sweet! Brother, you're wearing gold. What's that all about?
Gold, first place, right? So, no, it's Napa 100-year anniversary, so got some Napa folks here with us celebrating. Hopefully we can get a good draw and put on a good show for them. So, yeah, honored to represent Napa all these years. They've been a great partner of ours at Casey Kane Racing, so excited to celebrate this 100-year anniversary with them, and like I said, hopefully we can get a victory.
Okay, gold fire suit, gold race car. Can we expect to see any gold teeth?
No.
All right, Brad. Here's the hot seat question. Flounder Malone, yes, that is that individual's legal name, from Belleville, Pennsylvania, wants to know, what is your hobby, or what do you enjoy to do away from the racetrack to relax, to unwind?
That's a great question. I'm not really good at relaxing, so to speak, but I think honestly just having a barbecue and hanging out at the house with my, with family, friends, wife, daughter, just kicking back, barbecuing. I always enjoy entertaining people.
Hey, you're pretty good at sitting out by a pool in Perth, Australia. I've seen that happen a time or two. Here's Brad Sweet. Let's make some noise for him and give him some luck as he tries to beat a number 14. That's the number spun by Tyler Courtney, the winner of TJ Forged Heat Race number 1, DMI Heat Race number 2 winner. Brad Sweet wants that 3 for Dale. No! It's the 15, literally 1 digit higher than Tyler Courtney. So that puts Brad Sweet second out of the 2 drivers we've seen spin so far. BR Motorsports Heat Race number 3 winner comes to us from right here in the great state of Texas. It's Sam Haferteeth Jr. They love you here. Home state driver. Sam, coming out racing with us at High Limit. Would love to see you a little bit more often, but you have not had a bad year. 2 podiums already with the World of Outlaws. What do you like about racing here in front of a home state crowd?
Well, I don't have to drive very far. That's half the battle.
Yeah, absolutely, no doubt. How's this Texas Motor Speedway feel underneath your 4 tires here so far tonight?
I think the track crew did about as good as they could do with the rain they got. It's pretty impressive what they've done with it so far. I feel like everybody's like, oh, they should have opened it up, but I feel like they made the right move, and this place is pretty temperamental. You get it too opened up, and then we could have been burning tires off and rubbering down. So I feel like they did a really good job, and as far as our race car goes, we weren't very good in hot laps, and we got a little bit better in qualifying, and there in the heat race, we kind of got a gift with the guy jumping the start and got moved to the front row, and honestly, our car felt pretty good there, so keep making gains every time we hit the racetrack.
Hey, Chase Rodman wanted me to let you know he loves you on the Drivers Project. Never misses an episode. Flounder Malone from Belleville, PA wants to know, what's your hobby away from the racetrack?
Honestly, years ago it'd be a lot different, but these days it's spending time with my family.
That's awesome. Let's make some noise for Sam Haferteeth Jr. Give him some good luck here as he spins the roulette redraw wheel. A 14 by Courtney, a 15 by Brad Sweet. So if Haferteeth Jr. can go a 13 or lower, typically an unlucky number. That wouldn't be the case here tonight. He jumped to the front. 15 for Haferteep Jr. And how we break that tie is overall qualifying position. The higher up in qualifying back at the end of Capital Custom Trailers and Carts qualifying, they will get the nod when it comes down to that tie. TJ Forged, heat race number 1, transfer. How about it? It's Casey Kane. Hey, you're driving a pace car here later this weekend, I heard.
Yeah, I am. Sunday, it'll be first time I've ever driven a pace car. So yeah, try that out. I've been to that track a lot over the years, so it'd be pretty cool to pace it again, and not again, but pace it and drive around it again, I guess. But yeah, it should be cool for the Cup race Sunday.
That's got to be wild to have competed there, to race those cars, and now you're going to be in the pace car driving them around the track before the green flag. That'll be pretty cool to tune in and catch. TJ Forged heat race number 1 transfer, Casey Kane. Casey, Flounder Malone wants to know, what's your favorite hobby? What do you do away from the racetrack to enjoy your time?
I would say skiing would be my favorite hobby by far. I love skiing. I love being in the Colorado mountains, and yeah, I can ski day after day after day through the winter.
You also hit Washington. I'm from Colorado. What's your favorite resort up in the Rocky Mountains?
Probably Telluride's probably my favorite place to go. Pretty calm and laid back, and the mountains unreal.
Yeah, that's really cool. All right, how about some noise for Casey Kane? Casey Kane here trying to go 13 or lower. We've had a 14 and a pair of 15s. And this will determine where Casey starts in tonight's FK Rod Ends Dash. Oh, a 31. Not exactly what the Enumclaw Washington driver wanted to see. Next up, your DMI heat race number 2, quickest transfer, rocking some new colors for the Kreitz Racing, number 69K. You'll be able to see him on track later this weekend over at the big track. How about it for Christopher Bell? I did my research. Not just about you, but about this whole combination. Interstate Batteries and your team in NASCAR, Joe Gibbs Racing, have enjoyed the longest partner tenure ever in the sport. And the last time that car you're in tonight, the Kreitz Racing 69K, did not look baby blue, was before this partnership with Joe Gibbs Racing even existed. You're out here changing worlds, man.
Yeah, and that was before I was born. So seeing the 69K in the green colors is definitely foreign, but just super happy to have Interstate Batteries on board the 69K working with Don. He's an amazing crew chief, and it showed again tonight. So in a good position. We'll see if this board treats me good.
Interstate Batteries joined up with Joe Gibbs Racing in '92. The last time the Kreitz Racing 69K was any color other than blue was 1991. That's before both of us were even walking around on this earth. You're making your high limit racing debut. Finally, things went kind of crazy in Vegas when you were supposed to be in the car on Thursday night, but you're back, you're on track, you're ready to rip. Flounder Malone from Belleville, PA wants to know, when you're not at the track and you get some downtime, what's your favorite thing to do? What's your hobby?
Oh man, this one's an easy one. So whenever it's summertime, I'm gonna be out on my boat. So never in a million years where I thought I was a lake guy, but love going out on the lake during the week and riding a surfboard.
All right, the Lake Norman, I like to hear it right there. How about some noise for Christopher Bell? He wants to get that wheel just a little bit lower. We've had a 14, 2 15s, a 31.
That's really low, right?
14's really low. You want a 13 or lower. You got plenty of room there underneath a 14. That 23 is not what he wants. 23 for Christopher Bell.
Is that last so far?
No, it's not. 31 for Casey was last year, 4th out of the 5 or out of the 6 drivers we've seen spin so far. So our final driver to spin the roulette redraw wheel. This will determine how they line up the FK Rod Ends Dash, which will determine the front 3 rows of tonight's 25-lap feature. He's your BR Motorsports Heat Race number 3 transfer out of Myerstown, Pennsylvania. You know him. You love him. It's the most recent winner here with High Limit. It's Brett Marks. They love you here.
Yeah, it's always love coming to Texas to race. So love this racetrack. It's a lot of fun. Just glad we're here racing tonight, man. They got a lot of rain here yesterday, so I feel like they've done a great job with the racetrack, and just looking forward to getting after it.
You're the most recent winner here. Not only confident, I'm sure that makes you, not only in your ability, but what about your notebook, setting that thing up to go racing tonight?
Yeah, I just feel, last year was my first time here, and I just feel like, me and this place click. So I feel comfortable around here. I feel like we got a good program, and just tonight's a little bit tricky. It's really heavy out there, and just trying to keep your car free enough to maneuver through traffic is, always hard. So we're just going to keep working on the car, and these extra laps are always helpful. So just looking forward to it.
Flounder Malone wants to know, when you're not at the racetrack, what's your favorite activity, AKA hobby, as the French call it?
Well, I got 3 kids, so they don't let me do much, but love to eat, so it's something you know about.
Why'd you look at me when you said that, bro? That was not cool. Brent Marks, let's make some noise for him. He just bullied me live on Flow. Not only did he look at me when he said that, but he said it's something I know about. Brent Marks, I don't know what I did to you. All right, let's see what Brent's got here for him. If he can go 13 or lower, he will lead the field to the green flag tonight, and he does! That's a number 11 for Brent Marks. He will now jump to the top spot and lead the field to tonight's FK Rod Ends Dash green flag. So it will be Brent Marks and Tyler Courtney on the front row. The tie was between Brad Sweet and Sam Haferteep Jr. Brad Sweet obviously getting the nod there for third, Haferteep Jr. in fourth, and then it will be Christopher Bell in fifth, lining up alongside the pace car driver for Sunday's NASCAR race just across the street, Casey Kane in the number 9. Great fun down here as always with the roulette redraw wheel, except when Brent Marks picks on me. Hey, lots of partners make it possible for Kubota High Limit Racing to go up and down the road. We want to check in and say thanks to a few of them right now.
As seen on ABC's Shark Tank, the Frozen Farmer is the ultimate frozen treat. Packed with farm fresh flavor, their ice creams and sorbets are made with imperfect fruits, connecting us all in the fight against food waste. Now available in nearly 5,000 locations nationwide, including their must-try all-new line of Barbie ice cream pints and freezer squeezers. Craving a scoop? Find the Frozen Farmer in a grocery store near you at www.thefrozenfarmer.com. One bite and you'll be hooked. Racing Electronics is the #1 company in race communications and the official race communications provider for High Limit. Racing Electronics has over 30 years of experience and serves every major form of auto racing, and the exclusive Racing Electronics RE-Ceiver Pro is the micro receiver of choice for the top High Limit drivers. Learn more by calling RE today at 1-800-272-7111 or visit them at racingelectronics.com. Jake's Golf Carts, the nation's premier club car dealer, has been supporting dirt track racing for over 30 years and is proud to be the official golf cart supplier of High Limit Racing. Go to jakesgolfcarts.com and see why both race teams and fans nationwide have always trusted Jake's Golf Carts for their golf cart and utility vehicle needs. Jake's sister company, JT Power Sports, supplies High Limit Racing and race fans nationwide with Burromax pit bikes. Check them out at jtpowersports.us. HendrickCars.com is the only site that can handle all your vehicle needs right from the racetrack. We make it easy to shop, buy, and service the way you want. With more than 100 locations, 25 brands, and everything from luxury vehicles to work trucks in our nationwide inventory, Hendrick has it. Schedule a service appointment with our certified master technicians, find a collision center, and even browse hundreds of career openings all on HendrickCars.com.
We've got our FK Rod-Ins Dash cars making their way onto the Speedway now. This FK Rod-Ins Dash will be 7 laps in distance, and the finishing order will determine the first 3 starting rows of tonight's feature event. Here is the lineup for tonight's Dash. On the pole out of Myerstown, Pennsylvania, driving the M&M Painting and Construction, McGrew Equipment Auctions, Bass Paint, Livewire Customs. For number 19, it's last year's season finale winner, Brent Marks. And outside of him from Indianapolis, Indiana, driving the NOS Energy Drink, Spire Motorsports, Elliott's Custom Tours and Carts, Brant Professional Agriculture, Gamebridge, number 7 BC, it's Sunshine, Tyler Courtney. And rolling off in the 3rd spot for this one out of Grass Valley, California, the Napa Auto Parts, Brumos Collection, Durst Incorporated Factory, Kane FC Track Control, number 49, it is Brad Sweet. And outside of him, from Sunnyvale, Texas, driving the Town Line Variety Gas and Grocery, Prime Powders, High Performance Lubricants, Kaiser Wheels, number 15H, it's Sam Haferteep Jr. And rolling off from the 5th position for this Dash out of Norman, Oklahoma, the Interstate Batteries, Glenville Station, Jetco, Kreitz Oval Track Parts. Number 69K, it's Christopher Bell. And outside of him, your final starter in this one from Enumclaw, Washington, the Kane Screen Print, Brumos Collection, HendrickCars.com, Caravan Trailers, FC Traffic Control, number 9 of Casey Kane. FK Rod-Ins brings over 35 years of experience to the industrial performance racing and off-road markets. Established in 1983, FK Rod-Ins has grown to become the preferred source for motion control products to nearly every industry. To learn more, visit us on social media or find us online at www.fkrodins.com. So once again, this is a 7-lap FK Rod-Ins Dash. Where the drivers finish is where they will start in the first 3 rows of tonight's 25-lap main event. Getting a good look high above from the FloRacing drone of this fantastic facility at the Texas Motor Speedway Dirt Track. Remember, we're right back here on Saturday night after the Xfinity race. And we are expecting a few more cars to be in attendance. We are expecting Corey Day to be here on Saturday, along with a couple of other cars. So could be over the 30-car mark on Saturday night here at the Texas Motor Speedway Dirt Track. We hope to see you race fans return if you're going to be here for the rest of the weekend. And don't forget, we are back here in October for our season finale. 2 races to end off the season right here at Texas Motor Speedway in October. You can find tickets online at highlimiracing.com. Here's a song coming in from our DJ of the night. That is Chase Randall. Here is Big X The Plug with Texas. As we roll to the green flag in the Dash, Brent Marks will jump out with the early race lead as Brad Sweet makes his way by Tyler Courtney. He's into the 2nd spot as they roll down the back straightaway. Courtney slots into 3rd. 4th is Sam Haferteep Jr. 5th is Christopher Bell. He's challenged on the inside by Casey Kane. They go side by side across the line, but Christopher Bell has the 5th spot into turn 1. Brent Marks trying to pick up right where he left off here at the season finale last year. Looking to start on the pole of tonight's 25-lap main event as he shows the way over Brad Sweet. Top 2 broken away slightly from the NOS Energy Drink, number 7 BC of Tyler Courtney. Haferteep running in 4th. And then Bell and Kane. Track still pretty fast here in the Dash. By the time we get to the feature after the B main, maybe 10 or so laps into the feature, should slow down, should see 2 lanes of racing. But as of right now, Brent Marks is loving everything he's seeing. No issues up front for the M&M Painting and Construction, number 19. This time by 2 laps to go for car number 19. Brad Sweet not able to close in on him. Everybody pretty equidistant around the Texas Motor Speedway Dirt Track. Here's the white flag, 1 lap to go. Brent Marks nice and smooth around the middle portion of the racetrack in 1 and 2. And he'll run that same line in 3 and 4 to the win in the FK Rod-Ins Dash. It's Brent Marks. 2nd goes to Brad Sweet. 3rd goes to Tyler Courtney. 4th to Sam Haferteep Jr. And 5th will be Christopher Bell. So Brent Marks will get the win in tonight's dash, and he'll be on the pole of the main event. It'll be Brad Sweet starting next to him. He ends up in second. Tyler Courtney third. Sam Hafer Jeep Jr. fourth. Christopher Bell fifth. And Casey Kane rounds out the field in the dash. That is where those drivers will start in tonight's A-Main. Next on the racing program, it's going to be tonight's Winters Performance B-Main. This B-Main will be 12 laps in distance, 10 cars on the racetrack, and we will transfer the top 6 to the back of the A-Main. So 12 laps, top 6 going to the A-Main. As those cars now roll onto the backstretch, let's take a look at the starting lineup. On the pole, the driver out of Clute, Texas, driving the Falkins Brothers Trucking STC Power Plus American Table B&L Holdings, number 87, it's Aaron Reitzel. And outside of him from El Paso, Texas, the Taco Casa, Mississippi Valley Transportation, Burkham Contracting, Ryder Racing Engines, number J2 of John Carney II. And rolling off on the inside of row number 2 from Tulsa, Oklahoma, the Bob Hurley RV X9 Chassis Outlaw Wings Rainbow Nut Butter, number 22M of Reese Moran. And starting in fourth, out of Minden, Nevada, driving the JST Motorsports, the Ritual, Smith Titanium Factory Cane, Maximum Racing Oils, number 88, it's Tanner Thorson. Starting in fifth, out of Lubbock, Texas, the Horizon Whiskey, Nice Crete and Landis, ShopTruckParts.com, PhilPools.com, High Performance Lubricants, number 5 of Brennham Crouch. And starting in the sixth position, out of Kennedale, Texas, driving the Express Car Wash, Abilene Powder Coating, Valvoline One-Way Technologies, number 79, it's Kyle Jones. And in the fourth row on the inside, starting in seventh out of Liberal, Kansas, he's in the Bybee Electric Superior Trailers, Mel Hamilton Racing, Donut Racing Engines, number 36. It's Jason Martin. And outside of him from Olive Branch, Mississippi, driving the NOS Energy Drink, West Tennessee Expediting, Campers Inn, Easy Go, Maximum Racing Oils, number 17, Junior, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. And your final row for this B-Main on the inside of row number 5 from Odessa, Texas, the Excel Compression, One Man and a Dog Lawn Care, Micah Tool, Buy American Oil, number 2B of Brett Becker. And your final starter from Seagoville, Texas, the DFW Urethane.com, Texas Aeroplastics, Harville Racing, number 85 of Colby Stubblefield. Do not see Stubblefield out there on the racetrack. So it looks like we will go with 9 cars for 12 laps, and the top 6 going to the back of the feature. HendrickCars.com pace truck is in turn 4. The field will catch up to him over there. Aaron Reitzel on the pole, getting his qualifying time back after having a mechanical issue during the heat race when he was going to be going to the dash. And so Reitzel will be on the charge in the feature later on. But you know what they say? The show goes on. With the show goes on from Chase Randall's High Roller playlist as we come to the green flag in the Winters Performance B-Main. We're 3 wide for second into turn 1. Tanner Thorson backed out in the middle portion of that there. He'll fall back into 4th. Race for second down the backstretch. They're side by side. It's Reese Moran on the bottom, John Carney on the outside. Who's going to have second across the line? It looks like it's going to be Reese Moran by just a very thin margin. They'll roll into turn 1. They get very close right there, almost right rear to left front contact between the 22M and the J2. Moran's now into the second spot. Carney slips to 3rd. 4th is Tanner Thorson. 5th is Brennham Crouch. And your final transfer right now is the 36 of Jason Martin. Jason Martin last night celebrated his 43rd birthday, trying to put it in the show here with High Limit Racing tonight. He's got Ricky Stenhouse Jr. behind him, Kyle Jones and Brett Becker. Reitzel, his lead already a straightaway over the 22M of Reese Moran. Reitzel putting up a blistering pace in the Power Plus, number 87. Reese Moran, John Carney, Tanner Thorson, Brennham Crouch, and Jason Martin still hanging on to that last transfer spot. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. trying to move that NOS Energy Drink number 17 around the racetrack, trying to find some speed, but it's not working for him right now. Stenhouse tonight in his 410 season debut. Reitzel approaching the back of the field now. as he has made it to the halfway point of the B main. This time by only 5 laps to go as he's on the same straightaway as both Kyle Jones and Brett Becker. Thorson appears to be closing in slightly on the Taco Casa, number J2 of John Carney. Within 1 car length as now Carney separates himself a little bit off in turn number 2. Reitzel now approaching the back of the field, looking to the inside of Brett Becker off of turn number 2. Becker fends him off for now. As Reitzel goes low in turns 3 and 4, shows the nose to Becker. And across the line, it looks like Reitzel will make that pass into turn 1. There is Jason Martin. He's got a 5-car length lead over the 17 junior Ricky Stenhouse. 2 laps to go for Reitzel. If Stenhouse wants to be a part of tonight's feature, he's going to have to make something crazy happen here with 2 laps to go. Stenhouse losing ground that time by. Reitzel will come by this time with the white flag in the air, 1 to go. Another lap car to deal with the 79 of Kyle Jones. Reitzel on the back bumper of Jones as he rolls into turn 3. He'll put a lap down on that 79 car. And off of turn number 4, it's going to be Aaron Reitzel getting the Winter's Performance B-Main win. Second will be Reese Moran. Third to John Carney. Fourth to Tanner Thorson. Fifth goes to Brennham Crouch. And sixth will be the 36 of Jason Martin. So Aaron Reitzel is your winner in tonight's Winter's Performance B-Main. Reese Moran ends up in second. John Carney in third. Fourth goes to Tanner Thorson. Fifth to Brennham Crouch. And your 6th and final transfer is the 36 of Jason Martin. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Kyle Jones, Brett Becker, and Colby Stubblefield will have to try again on Saturday when High Limit returns here to the Texas Motor Speedway dirt track. Well, race fans, that's it for preliminary action. All that is left on the docket here tonight is our 25-lap, $10,000 to win feature event. And we'll go over that along with the starting lineup when we come back from this break here on FloRacing.
Fuses gritty blues, rock, and Americana, creating an authentic and original sound. From humble beginnings playing at local honky-tonks to headlining arenas, amphitheaters, major festivals, and topping the charts, Whiskey Myers' journey is a testament to the enduring spirit of honest music from East Texas. While one driver will visit Whiskey Myers' Victory Lane tonight, you should visit their website for tour dates, tickets, and merchandise at whiskeymyers.com. Musco Lighting is proud to be an official partner of High Limit Racing. As the world's leader in sports lighting, Musco's advanced solutions are featured everywhere, from local tracks to the biggest NASCAR and Formula One circuits around the globe. On behalf of the entire Musco team, we hope you enjoy tonight's event. The Kubota High Limit Racing Rookie of the Year teams proudly display the Race Rudine Foundation logo to promote awareness about addiction. Started by Kevin Rudine after he tragically lost his son Race to a fentanyl overdose in 2016, the Race Rudine Foundation is empowering communities to fight addiction with the hope that others don't have to experience the pain that the Rudine family went through when they lost Race. To learn more about the foundation, visit racerudine.org. That's RAYCERUDEEN.org. For over 7 decades, Eibach has been a reputable name in the automotive industry, specializing in the design and production of high-performance suspension systems and components for various vehicles. Our offerings include springs, shock absorbers, sway bars, and coilovers, providing a comprehensive range of products to enhance the handling and ride comfort of vehicles. Eibach is the leader in performance suspension. Visit eibach.com today.
Well, let's go downstairs and meet our Durst Dice Roller for tonight. If you don't know what the Durst Dice Roll is, well, luckily we've got a guy down there to explain it. His name is Tony Laporta.
Chase, you're right again. My name is, in fact, Tony Laporta, and we are here in Fort Worth, Texas at the Texas Motor Speedway dirt track. We've got a good-looking crowd here with us tonight. I can see you folks now. Let me know, are you having a good time tonight? Chase, they would not lie to me. They told me that earlier. They said we would never lie to you, and I believe them. We are down here getting ready to go for a main event racing, 25 laps. But before we can do that, we need to find out who the Durst Dice Roll driver is going to be. So to help us out with that, here is our Durst Dice Roller. This is Austin Stack. He lives up in Frisco, Texas. Austin, thanks for being with us here tonight. The way Austin earned the opportunity to be the Durst Dice Roller is he had to buy his tickets ahead of time when they went on pre-sale online. We took all of the pre-sale ticket purchasers. We drew their name out of a hat. Austin's name was drawn, so I got to ask you, how early did you buy your tickets for the Stockyard Stampede here at Texas Motor Speedway?
So my dad wanted them as a Christmas present. I want to say I ended up picking them up sometime in early December, maybe a little after that. So it was quite early.
Very smart, good priorities. He knew if he wanted to come and be a part of this weekend, Stockyard Stampede, high limit, NASCAR going on at the big track, he had to get his tickets early. Austin, congratulations, and thanks for being here with us tonight. We talked about it a little bit already. Do you know how the Durst Dice Roll works?
I do now.
Okay, well, just in case you forgot in the last minute and a half, I'm going to tell the people at home, the people here at Texas Motor Speedway, and you as well, but I doubt you forgot. So Austin was selected as a random pre-sale ticket purchaser. He's down here with us now. In a moment, the very talented Mitch Erickson is going to hand him the Durst Dice. Mitch, why don't you hook him up with the Durst Dice right now? Those are the real-life Durst Dice. Don't let anybody fool you into thinking they're not, because they are. Okay, those are the Durst Dice. Austin here in a moment will roll the dice. He can go this way, he can go that way, you can go into the crowd, you can go onto the track, maybe not onto the track, but you can roll those dice any which way you want. The number that those dice add up to once they are done rolling will determine who our Durst Dice Roll driver is. So for example, Austin, if you rolled the number 6, that would be 6th place starter Casey Kane, and the number 9. One change to our Durst Dice Roll here going into the rest of 2025. Whatever number these dice land on, that is the position of the Durst Dice Roll driver. The number that you and that driver will split will stay right at $5,000. So no matter what number Austin rolls, the number that the driver and Austin will split, should that driver win, is $5 grand. But the Durst Dice Roll still determines what position on the grid that driver comes from. So I got to ask you, before you roll, do you have a driver you're cheering for here tonight? Do you have someone you hope you roll with the Durst Dice?
I do not. First time here. Kyle Larson's a great driver. He can drive anything, but that 87's fast. So I'm not sure.
That 87 is fast. I like both those picks. We're going to see exactly what you've got here with the Durst Dice. You've got a big crowd forming up here behind you. How about it, folks? Can we give Austin some luck? Make some noise here for him. All right, Austin, you ready? Okay, get loud, Texas Motor Speedway. Here we go. Austin Stack, first dice is down. He's going one at a time. That helps me with my addition skills. They need all the help they can get. That's a 4 and a 3. That's a 5, 6, and a 7. 7th place starter is Danny Sams III out of Northport, Florida. Should he win, you and Danny Sams III split $5,000. How you feeling?
Feeling pretty good. So,
hey, make some noise for him here, folks. He's got a chance to win $2,500. Austin Stack, Danny Sams III. It's a match made in heaven. Austin, good luck.
Thank you.
That's Austin Stack, your Durst Dice Rolling fan of the night. Danny Sams III is the Durst Dice Roll driver. The crowd will settle in and get ready for 25 laps of main event racing as we kick off the Stockyard Stampede here at the Texas Motor Speedway.
Central Arizona Raceway. We got them racked, we got them stacked, and we've got the grandstands packed. Let's go racing off at turn number 4. We are green. Casey Kane is going to have the race lead down the back straightaway. Side by side for second into turn number 3. Brad Sweet underneath of Robbie Price. They get very close off the corner, but Sweet's got the second spot across the line. Now Brad Sweet trying to track down his car owner. How aggressive will he get with Casey Kane, knowing what's on the line for him? As they're side by side back behind for 4th. Tyler Courtney and Aaron Reitzel give that spot to Sunshine off the 4th corner. Reitzel back to 5th. Going to take a few laps to burn off the new moisture on the racetrack, but once that happens, it should be slick, should be 2 grooves, should be super wide around the Arizona Raceway here. Coming around this time by 3 in and 22 to go for Casey Kane. Brad Sweet trying to go to the outside of Casey Kane, but here comes Tyler Courtney to the inside. It's a 3-car battle at the front of the field. Kane now trying to work to the outside of the first lap cars. Brad Sweet pokes his nose to the bottom. Down the back straightaway, they're side by side, at least the lap car and Casey Kane. Kane trying to get by Landon Crawley. He will make the pass off at turn number 4. 1 lap car between your first and second place machines. 10 laps in, 15 to go. Brad Sweet breathing down Kane's neck. Down the back straightaway, look at the inside. Thinks better of it, goes back to the outside. Kane around the bottom. Sweet might have him off the corner. Off at turn number 4, new leader, it's Brad Sweet. Brad Sweet takes the top spot away. He leads on lap number 11, 14 to go. Car off the pace on the backstretch. Silence pulls into the infield. Behind Brad Sweet, now it's a race for second as Casey Kane slides up the racetrack in front of Tyler Courtney. Courtney's going to take second into turn number 1. Tyler Courtney to second. Robbie Price not too far back behind in 4th. Casey Kane fights back to the inside. He'll take the second spot away in turn 4. Good race going on for second. That brings Robbie Price, Aaron Reitzel, and Rico Aber to the mix. Tyler Courtney tries to roll the bottom. Does not work there. Reitzel right in front of Robbie Price. They may have made contact off the corner. Aaron Reitzel now up to 4th. Robbie Price going to get passed by Rico Aber. Aber's into the top 5. Rico Aber up to 5th after a little issue there between Reitzel and Price. Out front, it's all Brad Sweet as he's trying to extend his lead, but the yellow's going to come out. There's a car slow in turn 1. It's Austin McCarl. Austin McCarl slow in turn 1 on the top side of the racetrack and will take the leaders out of traffic with 9 laps to go. Looking for the green off of turn 4. We are back to racing here at Central Arizona Raceway. Brad Sweet to the top in turn number 1 and 2, and he pulls away by 8 or so car lengths. Robbie Price back around the outside of Rico Aber. Move Robbie Price back into the top 5. Bombs away in 3 and 4 as Aber takes the spot back away. Rico Aber across the nose of Robbie Price. Price crosses him up. He'll try and throw a slider of his own into turn 1. He's not going to do it though as Rico Aber around the outside maintains the 5th position. Now Price is feeling the heat from Justin Peck as he looks to the inside, but Robbie Price drives around the outside. Casey Kane hoping to pull off some late race heroics. 1.2 seconds the last time by across the line. This time by still 1.2 seconds as Sweet makes the move. On Landon Crawley to put him a lap down. Textbook maneuver right there from Sweet. Doesn't even really lose any ground to the number 9 car, Casey Kane. Cars are side by side ahead of him, but will it matter with just 2 laps to go? Casey Kane, no doubt about it, closing the gap. 9/10 of a second the last time by. Can he do something here on the final lap? 3 cars in front of Brad Sweet. White flag 1 to go. Cars racing in front of Sweet for position. Casey Kane 6 or so car lengths back. Sweet gets held up by Kling. Down the back straightaway. Does Casey Kane have something? In the final corner, Sweet gets held up by Kane. Here they come off the corner. Drag race to the line, but Brad Sweet's going to get the win. Casey Kane ends up in 2nd. Tyler Courtney in 3rd. 4th goes to Aaron Reitzel, and 5th goes to Rico Aber. Cars are making their way onto the front stretch now for your main event in Le Mans style. We've got something special planned here, not only for tonight, but on Saturday as well. All military members in the grandstands here tonight, please get yourselves ready because the drivers that are in our 24-car field tonight are going to come up here in the grandstands and shake your hand and say thank you for your service. So if you are a military member here in the grandstands tonight at Texas Motor Speedway's dirt track, here once we get all of the cars on the track, we're going to have the drivers come into the grandstand and they are going to shake your hands for your service to this country. So if you're a military member, obviously Coast Guard, Marines, Air Force, Army, all that. If you are involved with that, please get yourselves ready to stand up and meet the drivers as they will make their way through the grandstands here in just a few moments. Tony, a very cool thing they're doing here at Texas.
Yeah, Chase, it's just, you said it perfectly. It's just something cool that the folks here at Texas Motor Speedway are choosing to do. And it's not just current and active duty U.S. service members. Any veterans who have served, we invite and we certainly hope they will stand to not only be recognized here in a little while, but get a chance for these drivers to come up and be representatives of Kubota High Limit Racing and the sprint car community and just say thank you. And shake these men and women's hands. Again, whether you are currently enlisted, have served, veteran, we just want to honor you and say thank you. So drivers are making their way onto the front straightaway now in their cars. Mike Hess will park them echelon style, and then drivers will make their way out of the cars and into the grandstands. In a little while, Chase, I know you'll kind of give the word when this is all going to begin. But yeah, a very cool thing that the folks at Texas Motor Speedway came up with as we race here for 2 nights at the Stockyard Stampede.
And you can expect to see that on Saturday as well. So if you're watching at home on Flow and you're going to be here on Saturday, you're a military member, get yourselves prepared. You're going to be meeting a couple of drivers that'll be in the feature with Kubota High Limit Racing. We appreciate everybody for coming out here tonight. Once again, we are back here on Saturday night after the Xfinity race over at the big track. We'll be racing here again. And as I mentioned earlier, we will be having a couple more cars in attendance. Should be about 31, 32 cars showing up instead of the 28 that we had here today. A couple people could not make it here during the middle of the week. So should be about a 32-car field coming over on Saturday night after that Xfinity race. And then also, if you like what you're seeing here tonight and you're from the Texas area, High Limit Racing will be back in town later on this year in October for our season finale. Of course, that takes place on October 17th and 18th, the All-In Championship weekend. So if you want to see more sprint car action here in the great state of Texas, then you can get yourself back here October 17th and 18th. Tickets are available online right now at highlimitracing.com. So it looks like we've got all 24 starters down on the front stretch now. The drivers will be making their way into the stands here in just a few moments to shake the hands of all military members. Once again, if you are one of those military members, please be standing so the drivers can come shake your hand and talk to you a little bit before we get underway. Should be going for about 8 to 10 minutes or so to get everybody up and through the stands.
And Chase, Mike Hess corralling the drivers now, so they're making their way up towards the cut-through underneath the start-finish line, the starter stand, rather, and they'll begin to head up into the grandstand area. So, yeah, folks, really cool opportunity here. If you have served or currently enlisted, please rise and let us honor you and look for these drivers as they make their way through. And, ladies and gentlemen, how about a round of applause for all of our active duty U.S. service members as well as veterans as the drivers of Kubota High Limit Racing make their way into the grandstand. Such a cool opportunity here. Our full field of A main event starters head up into the grandstands. And Chase, this is just a great way to kick off a full weekend of racing here with the Texas Motor Speedway, but a very busy month of May for Kubota High Limit Racing, something I've never been a part of. I'm not sure about yourself, but a very, very cool fixture of this Stockyard Stampede at Texas Motor Speedway.
Certainly is very, very cool. And if you like what you're watching here tonight, folks, or this is your first time ever being at a sprint car race and you like what you're seeing, High Limit Racing, we race 50, 60 times a year. We are not done after Saturday night here at Texas Motor Speedway. We head on down the road on Wednesday to the 81 Speedway in Park City, Kansas. We are back in action a few days later in Kansas, again at the Lakeside Speedway. And then a night later, we go to Tri-City Speedway in Pontoon Beach, Illinois. 2 nights later, we go to Kokomo Speedway in Indiana. 2 nights after that, we go to Ohio and the Fremont Speedway. And then 2 nights after that, we're up in the state of New York at Ransomville and Utica, Rome. And then we go over to Grandview Speedway in Pennsylvania. 3 nights at the Port Royal Speedway for the Bob Weichert Memorial, and then Lawrenceburg and Butler. So Lawrenceburg, Indiana, Butler Motor Speedway in Michigan. That is the busy month of May that we have put together with High Limit. Now, Tony, we did take 3-4 weeks off there, but we are making up for it in May. Don't you worry.
Oh, certainly we are. We're gonna be running around like crazy during the month of May. I think it was something like 18 nights of racing was supposed to kick off last night at Texarkana 67 in something like 33 or 34 days. Of course, Texarkana getting washed out, but we're back on track, ready to go for 2 races and 3 nights here at Texas Motor Speedway. Chase, I just got to tell you something else really cool about this opportunity for drivers to go up into the grandstands and shake the hands of these service members, retired and active, and thank them. A couple of these guys, whether they were late getting their cars here onto the front straightaway or discussing with their crew members, once they realized the other drivers were already up in the crowd, these drivers began jogging. I caught a couple guys, Casey Kane, Tanner Thorson, they jogged, they ran, and made sure they got up into the grandstands in time to go through and meet and greet with all these fans here, again, with a special focus on U.S. service members. So you can tell that it means a lot to these drivers to have the opportunity to just do something different on a busy, intense, competitive race night and to honor service members the way they are. This has been something really cool that TMS has drummed up.
It certainly has been, and like we mentioned, you can expect to see this again on Saturday night here for the feature as well, as we've got a couple of drivers still up there in the stands. Saw a couple guys getting a good picture in with a driver or two, and a lot of handshakes obviously coming in as well. So cool stuff. There's Landon Crawley right there as he's shaking the hand of a military member there as well, as he wishes him good luck. And the drivers now beginning to head back towards the infield and be prepared to get strapped into these cars, Tony, for our 7th race of 2025. And it's going to be interesting to see a couple of these guys. One, obviously, the Durst Dice Roller, Austin mentioned him. Aaron Reitzel was supposed to be starting the top 6 tonight, obviously going to be coming out of the B main. He is definitely one of the people that I think a lot of people have eyes on in this one.
And just got a chance to check in with Aaron before they went up into the grandstands. Chase, sounds like it was a fuel pump clamp issue on the number 87 for Aaron Reitzel, the driver originally from Clute, Texas, now residing these days in Knoxville, Iowa, the sprint car capital of the world. But man, again, after a really crazy start to 2025, taking a rock to the face during the FK Rodden's Dash back at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway on Saturday night in round 1. Aaron Reitzel has just been on fire. Think about the whooping he put on him back in Southern California at Paris Auto Speedway. Aaron Reitzel has come back to a national tour in 2025, ready to play, and he's got his work cut out for him, as you said. But if he can make it through these first couple laps and find some clean air, Reitzel is absolutely somebody these fans should keep an eye on, as well as the rest of the field.
Yeah, you got that right, Tony, as all the drivers have made their way back onto the front straightaway, now begin to get into their race cars for 25 laps of action here at the Stockyard Stampede. With that being said, let's now introduce you to tonight's starting lineup. Number 49, the big cat, Brad Sweet. And your pole sitter, looking for back-to-back wins here at Texas Motor Speedway's dirt track. On the pole, out of Myerstown, Pennsylvania, the M&M Painting and Construction, the Crew Equipment Auctions, Baps Paint, Livewire Customs, number 19, it's Brent Marks. 24 cars, going for 25 laps and $10,000 to win. It's the Stockyard Stampede. It is race number 7 of 2025 with Kubota High Limit Racing. And for the final time tonight, we get to listen in to Tony Laporta. You thought I was going to say something else, Tony, didn't you?
Oh, Chase, good save right there. I like how quick on your feet you are. Just walked up and down this grid of Kubota High Limit Racing stars as they sat in their cars ready to go. Asked a few of them, any words of wisdom? Well, Chase Randall said, I'm ready to go fast. Danny Sams III, he said, all I'm thinking about is a top 10. Tyler Courtney, he hit me with the real wisdom. He said, to finish first, you first must finish. Well, and Brent Marks, he's thinking forward already, because when I asked him what his plan was for this race and what he was worried about, all he said was lap traffic. So if that doesn't tell you where the driver from Myerstown, Pennsylvania thinks he'll end up tonight, you need to think again. Brent Marks knows they've got a very fast number 19. You already said it. He's trying to go for back-to-back feature wins here. He picked up $50,000 last October at the All-In Championship finale. He wants to stay up front, deal with lap traffic quickly and efficiently as he tries to cruise to a 25-lap feature victory here tonight in Fort Worth, Texas.
Thank you very much, Tony. And don't forget, Rodman's Risk had Brent Marks tonight. He was plus 3,100 coming into the night. He'll roll off from the pole. For the final time tonight, here's a song coming in from Chase Randall's High Roller playlist. It's The Score with Glory. Barcodes pop up on your screen. If you scan those, it'll take you to the master playlist for all the drivers that have had a playlist come out so far. Also, if you just type in the driver's name, so long as they've had a playlist so far this year, you can just see the individual drivers on Spotify as well. So if you want to just type in Chase Randall High Roller Playlist, it'll pop up on your screen. You can check out his favorite songs. Cars are getting fired off now, and in a moment, they're going to get behind the HendrickCars.com pace truck. HendrickCars.com pace truck located in turn number 1. The drivers finding their proper starting position behind it. With Brent Marks looking for his first win 2025 up there on the front row. Next to Brad Sweet, who has 2 wins so far this year. Brad Sweet and Aaron Reitzel, the only full-time high-limit drivers that have gotten a win within the first 6 races of the season. Other wins going to Corey Day and Kyle Larson to open up 2025. A couple more drivers getting into their proper starting position. Texas Motor Speedway. Welcome to the High Limit Room. We've got 24 high rollers, but only one's hitting the ultimate jackpot here tonight. It's time to double down. It's time to raise the stakes. And it is time to go all in with Kubota High Limit. Drivers break off that 4 wide. Now, race fans, we do ask if you could please take your seats so that those behind you are able to see the racing action equally. We'll be going green the next time by at the chalk stripe in turn number 4. 25 laps of distance here at Texas Motor Speedway's dirt track. Brent Marks and Brad Sweet in row 1. Row number 2, Tyler Courtney and Sam Hafertepe Jr. Row 3, Christopher Bell and Casey Kane. Row 4, Danny Sams and Chase Randall. Back behind them in row number 5, it's going to be Rico Abreu and Ty Gibbs. Then Cy Lynch and Austin McCarl. Row 7, Kyle Larson and Justin Peck. Row 8, Austin Mundy and Dason Persley. Row 9, Spencer Baston and Landon Crawley. Row 10, Aaron Reitzel and Reese Moran. Row 11, John Carney, Tanner Thorson, Brennham Crouch, and Jason Martin. Texas Motor Speedway, we got them racked, we got them stacked, and we've got the grandstands packed. Let's go racing up at turn number 4. We are green. Good start for Sam Hafertepe Jr. Looks to the inside of Brad Sweet for the second position. And now Hafertepe draws to the left rear. Got a car off the pace, but keeps on going. That was Jason Martin. He falls to the tail end of the field. Brent Marks will lead lap number 1 in the Murray Marks Racing number 19 car. Brad Sweet runs in second. Hafertepe in third. Fourth is Tyler Courtney. And fifth at this point in time is Casey Kane. Christopher Bell around the outside. He'll make the pass on Danny Sams. The third move Bell up into the P6 position. Car off the pace in turn 3. Justin Peck has a problem. And he gets tagged by Reese Moran, and that nearly causes more issues. The 26 of Justin Peck was slowing down the back straightaway. And Reese Moran not able to react quick enough and gets into the back of him. And so Justin Peck is going to have to go to the work area, which is located outside of turn number 2. See the nose wing damage on the 22M of Reese Moran. Now, usually, if I remember correctly, Tony, the work area was in the infield last time we were here, but with the rain that came through the area the last couple days, too wet down there, so Peck's going to have to hang a hard right off the turn in the second corner right now if he wants to get some repairs made here, or he's going to go through the infield.
You're exactly right, Chase. Mike has talked about that during the drivers' meeting this afternoon about how the infield grass here inside Texas Motor Speedway's dirt track was just too soft. He didn't want to risk getting mules or race cars, for that matter, stuck here in the infield. So as you watch that live look of the Skagit Speedway Race Routine Foundation machine driven by Justin Peck, he'll take it into the tunnel. They'll push him out and back around the outside of turn number 2 where his team is waiting for him in the work area.
And he will be followed by Reese Moran, who's also going through the tunnel now to try and make repairs to the Bob Hurley RV number 22M. Here's a replay. And you see Peck, some smoke come out of the car, and he comes to a crawling pace in turn 2, and Reese Moran not able to react quite quick enough there, and comes to a stop.
And Chase, as you saw from the drone shot, Justin Peck did not even take the left-hand turn onto the paved alley that they've made the work area on here at TMS. That looks like probably Tyler Tessemaker lined up behind him as they take that race car straight to the trailer. So you're left to imagine it's possibly a terminal engine failure underneath the hood of that 26.
Certainly could be, as we see the Frozen Farmer pick pine out there on the track, race fans. The drivers either go inside or outside of that pick pine, and that is the lane that they will restart in. Thanks to our friends at Frozen Farmer for putting a little twist on the choose cone. As the repairs are going on right now for Moran, he does have guaranteed time down there, Tony.
Yeah, for Moran, running into the back of the 26 of Justin Peck. Of course, you're never sure exactly what's completely wrong on that race car. They're trying to swap out a right front shock. The nose wing pushed way back. They're going to try to bring that bracket back down. Of course, he can run with it, pushed back a little bit, but at just under a half mile, this Texas Motor Speedway dirt track is quite fast. And Chase, any additional front end grip, any help these drivers can get with pointing these 410 wing sprint cars anywhere they want, that's going to come in the form of aerodynamic downforce. And if that nose wing is not situated just perfectly over that front axle, well, then these drivers aren't going to feel the optimal amount of front-end aerodynamic downforce, and that's going to result in a very ill-handling race car. So not only do they go to work on the right front corner of Reese Moran's machine in the work area, they want to try to get that nose wing as perfectly placed back in front of that race car as they can, so it handles as close to the way it did before the green flag flew.
I don't know about the rest of you folks watching, but I think Tony Laporta should teach a class on aerodynamics after that illustration there that he just gave us. As here comes Moran back onto the track in turn number 4. So Reese Moran has made the repairs, and he'll join at the tail end of the field. And then we should be getting back to racing here in just a few moments, as we did get one lap completed. As it looks like we are coming to green this time by. Brent Marks and Brad Sweet lead him back down to the line. We're back underway. Brad Sweet trying to cross up Brent Marks into turn 1. He'll look low, but Marks around the outside has the momentum and has the race lead. Sam Meaford Team Jr. running in the 3rd spot on the back bumper of Brad Sweet as Casey Kane makes the pass on Tyler Courtney. Move Casey Kane up to the 4th position now. Casey Kane looking for another top 5 with High Limit Racing in 2025. Tyler Courtney now in 5th with Chase Randall behind him. Danny Sams in 7th. Rico Abreu challenging Christopher Bell into turn 3. Give Abreu the 8th position off of turn number 4. Rico Abreu gets by Christopher Bell. Abreu's up to 4th. Or make that 8th, excuse me. Bell back to 9th and 10th at this point in time is Landon Crawley having a good run right now in that 45X. Most drivers around the inside hub here at Texas Motor Speedway's dirt track, but they're going to have to try something different when they get to the back of the field, which will happen in about 2 laps. Brent Marks approaching Ty Gibbs, Reese Moran, and Jason Martin. This was what happened in all 3 races last season with High Limit here at Texas. Traffic was the name of the game. Marks to the outside of Ty Gibbs will put him 1 lap down. Car up in smoke on the backstretch, and that is Danny Sams. The yellow's out. Smoke pouring out of the back of the Moxie Performance Sports Advisors number 24D. And we'll see if Danny Sams does the same maneuver that Justin Peck did, which is drive right by the work area as he points that car down the hill towards the tunnel. And we will pick it up on the flow drone when he makes it back out there, and we'll see if Danny Sams is able to get that car to the attention of his crew members or if he takes it straight to the trailer. We did mention earlier on that Dennis Gainey, car owner of the 6K for Caleb Johnson normally, runs at Knoxville, runs all over the place in the Midwest. He is here tonight as the crew chief for Danny Sams due to Danny Sams unfortunately losing his grandfather earlier on this morning. And so Danny Sams' father went to be with the family there. So Dennis Gainey came down to help out. And it looks like, Tony, it looks like Sams head back to the trailer.
Yeah, absolutely, Chase. And with smoke coming out and him coming, slowing as quickly as he did, you just start to wonder, right? All right, you just joked I could give a class on aerodynamics. Clearly, I couldn't, but I appreciate the compliment. But from this uninformed observer's point of view down here, you just have to wonder. This is a big, fast, nearly half-mile racetrack. This area has been pounded with rain the last couple days, meaning it is humid. The temperature, very cool. What do we always see happen when teams go to the half mile at Volusia in Florida to start the season? Almost too good of conditions for the engine to make horsepower. You wonder if with that combined high amount of humidity from the local weather they've had here recently the last couple days with all that rainfall and the cool weather, could that be hurting these engines more than the tuners anticipated coming into tonight?
Good call there, Professor Laporta, as we do have 2 cars coming out of the work area. We got Reese Moran back onto the track and Jason Martin, who pulled off around the same time as Sam's there. And so both drivers have been able to go to the work area, come back out, and rejoin at the tail end of the field. We got 6 laps completed. It's Brent Marks showing the way. Brad Sweet, Sam Hafertepe Jr., Casey Kane, and Tyler Courtney. Top 5 cars. If Sweet wants any chance at Marks, he's going to have to hope for a little bit deeper lap traffic than what we just saw in that last run. Only took him about 5 laps to get to the back of the field. Coming back to green here at the Stockyard Stampede. Once again, Sweet able to cross up Marks heading into turn 1, but he's not able to slide in front of him. Marks maintains the top spot. 1 car out of the groove in turn 1. It's Christopher Bell, and he falls to the way tail end of the field. Bell now back into about the 19th position after a mistake in the first corner. Christopher Bell might have a problem on that car as he is still losing positions down the front straightaway. Top 5, all single file spread out. Chase Randall's now made his way up into the 4th position. Yellow is out this time for Austin McCarl. Christopher Bell also taking the Interstate Battery 69K back to the pit area. So Austin McCarl stopped in turn 3. That is what the yellow is for. So it looks like Jason Martin and Christopher Bell both took their cars back to the pit area. This will leave us with a single file restart as we did not get a lap complete there. Actually, yes, we did, excuse me. We did get a lap complete, so we should still have a double file restart. As High Limit Racing officials checking in on Austin McCarl. Looks like all 4 tires are still filled with air. Austin McCarl running in the 15th position at the time of this incident. Here's your top 10 when we go back to the green flag. Brent Marks, Brad Sweet, Sam Hafertepe Jr. That's the top 3. Chase Randall looking for his best finish of the season in 4th. Tyler Courtney 5th. Casey Kane 6th. 7th is Rico Abreu. 8th is Landon Crawley. 9th is Kyle Larson. And 10th is Cy Lynch. Now, I do not want to do the announcer's jinx here, Tony, but Cy Lynch, best finish of the season heading into tonight, 20th. And right now, he's running top 10, so that's definitely something he's looking forward to trying to do is get a top 10 here tonight.
Chase, in talking with Cy Lynch back in the pit area before we got going tonight, he was surprisingly upbeat. He said the big break in the schedule, those 3+ weeks off, came at the perfect time. They got everything repaired, the trailer restocked, and Cy says he feels very confident going into the month of May here with High Limit.
All right, we'll see if he can move forward a little bit more as we come back to the green flag. Brent Marks still with the race lead. Good restart this time by for Sam Hafertepe Jr. Hafertepe got it next to Brad Sweet, but could not make it happen. Sweet, he drives it in deep, but Marks too strong around the outside. Back behind them, Landon Crawley getting by Rico Abreu on the restart. Crawley's now up into the 8th position. Good run right now for Landon Crawley, the Johnny Herrera Racing number 45X. Aaron Reitzel about to crack into the top 10, as is Tanner Thorson. Thorson started behind Aaron Reitzel. Thorson's up to 11th now. Thorson looking underneath of Kyle Larson off of turn number 4. This is the race for 8th, 9th, and 10th. Brent Marks puts another one in the books. 12 down, we're at the halfway point, 13 to go. Marks does not want to see traffic, but Brad Sweet and Sam Hafertepe Jr. do. Most of the drivers single file around the 4/10 mile here at Texas Motor Speedway's dirt track as Marks is once again on the same straightaway as the lap traffic. Ty Gibbs, Austin McCarl, Reese Moran, Austin Mundy, all lie right in the crosshairs of Brent Marks. Brent Marks now to the back of the field. Reinforcements on the way in the form of Brad Sweet and Sam Hafertepe Jr. Around the outside, he'll get by the first lap car. Marks now has to work on the 88 car of Austin McCarl. Brad Sweet looking to the outside of Ty Gibbs down the backstretch. He is closing the gap on the M&M Painting and Construction number 19. This time by 9 laps to go for Brent Marks. Marks now into some faster cars, harder to get by them. Sweet now within 3 car lengths. Off of turn number 2. Brad Sweet closing in, looking for his 3rd win of the season. Sam Hafertepe Jr. also closing in as well. Marks gets cut off by Austin McCarl down the front straightaway. Marks has to go to the outside, now goes to the inside. Good move right there to get by Austin McCarl, but he doesn't get by him. That could be a huge moment in this race. Here comes Haferteep. He's on the back bumper of Brad Sweet. Marks makes his way by McCarl off of turn number 4. Now getting into the back bumper of the 22M of Reese Moran. Reese Moran just in front of your race leader. Then maybe a lap or two of breathing room for Marks. He makes his way by Moran off of turn number 4. 2 lap cars between your first and second place machines. Now Sweet gets by the 88 of McCarl. Haferteep still running in 3rd. 4th is Chase Randall, and 5th is Tyler Courtney. This time by 5 laps to go for Brent Marks. Car off the pace front straightaway. Reese Moran pulls in. We will stay green. Now there are no lap cars between your first and second place cars. Marks working on the number 4 of Austin Mundy, the J2 of John Carney. Track pretty narrow right now. Hard to get by some of these slower cars. And that will play into the hand of Brad Sweet. This time by will be 3 laps to go for Brent Marks. Trying to go back-to-back at Texas Motor Speedway's dirt track. Marks trying to pick his battles and pick them wisely here on the back bumper of Austin Mundy. Mundy enters the corner low, slides up high. Marks dimes it off the corner. He'll get by the slower car. Brent Marks gets by Austin Mundy. That might be the move that he needed right there. Next time by will be the white flag for Brent Marks. Brent Marks to the white flag, 1 lap to go. 1 more car to potentially deal with here on the final circuit. It's John Carney. Sweet not close enough. Brent Marks through 3 and off of 4. It's back-to-back wins here at Texas Motor Speedway's dirt track. Marks gets it done. Brad Sweet ends up in 2nd. 3rd goes to Chase Randall. 4th will make that 3rd to Sam Haferteep. 4th to Chase Randall. 5th goes to Tyler Courtney. Well, he got the win here at the All-In Season Championship finale back in October, and he comes back a few months later and does it again. Your winner tonight is Brent Marks. Brad Sweet 2nd, Sam Haferteep Jr. 3rd, then Chase Randall, then Tyler Courtney top 5. Casey Kane, Landon Crawley 7th, Rico Abreu 8th, Kyle Larson 9th, Tanner Thorson 22nd to 10th, and then Aaron Reitzel, Dason Pursley, Spencer Basin, Cy Lynch, Brennham Crouch top 15. John Carney, John Carney, Austin Mundy, Ty Gibbs, Austin McCarl, Reese Moran, Christopher Bell, Jason Martin, Danny Sams, and Justin Peck. Brent Marks up on the scales to make sure he meets the minimum weight requirement. And there you go. It is official. Brent Marks, the winner of tonight's Stockyard Stampede at the Texas Motor Speedway dirt track, and he will now head over to Whiskey Myers Victory Lane. He is very familiar with Victory Lane at the Texas Motor Speedway dirt track. He's got the Texas Cowboy hat on. He's going to get the Hoosier Tire neckband. He will get the Sunoco Race Fuels checkered flag as high fives come in from the crew, as he also was able to get the Jake's Golf Carts Fastest Lap of the Race Award. Here he is, race fans, your winner here tonight. It's Brent Marks. Got $50,000 in October of last year. He'll take another $10,000 home from Texas here tonight, Tony. Nice job by Brent Marks.
Brent Marks, back-to-back victories in the state of Texas. You might have to relocate from Pennsylvania down here and become a Lone Star racer. We talked about it during the Dash Draw, about what you can bring from the victory back here in October to this setup and to yourself tonight. I talked to you before the feature. You said the first thing you were worried about was lap traffic. Did it all come together for you tonight the way that you thought it would rolling into here?
Yeah, it did, honestly. I felt like our program's good here, so, knowing like coming into tonight's race, we should have some speed. The Murray Marks Motorsports guys, they've done such a great job, and awesome teamwork tonight. It's great communication. And the track just seemed like it kept getting wetter, and, I was just, my main focus was trying to get through lap traffic, because that's where the race was going to be won or lost. And if you weren't free enough to maneuver, the guy behind you was just going to pounce on you. So I felt like we all did a great job getting this car where it needed to be to get through that lap traffic and not get me in a position to where it made me vulnerable. So I'm just so thankful to get this win, something that we really needed as a team. something I needed. So I'm just, it's just awesome to get another win here at Texas Motor Speedway. It's just definitely falling in love with this place.
Falling in love with it, you kind of asked my next question. You said your program works really well here. Well, what about this racetrack do you enjoy? What do you love so much about racing around the Texas Motor Speedway dirt track?
I love that trophy. That's what I love. That thing is awesome. We got one of those back home, and now we got another one. So just track is just a lot of fun. I felt like they've done a great job. And, I know last year it's been a while since, sprint cars have raced on here, and so they've just done a fantastic job with the track. And with the weather that was given to them yesterday and dealing with all that rain, I felt like they've done an amazing job tonight. This place could have been so rough and choppy and bouncing all over the place, tearing up equipment, and they had it really smooth, and they've done a great job. So I'm really looking forward to Saturday, and just want to thank all the fans who came out tonight to support this race. And we know Saturday is going to be a lot busier, but coming out on a Thursday night to support our event means a lot to all of us. So I want to thank them. I want to thank my partners, my team, Murray Marks Motorsports, Heath, Jared, Fudd, Tom. They're doing a fantastic job. M&M Painting Construction, Alan Murray and his family, McGrewBid.com, McGrew Equipment Company, Baps Paints, Livewire Customs, Fredericksburg Eagle Hotel, Off-Road Motorsports, Cryptic Side by Side, 8740 suspension, HP engines, Saldana Racing Products, just all our partners who help us out. It just means a lot to me. So just thankful to be standing here again and getting another win at Texas Motor Speedway.
Last time we saw you on the podium here in 2025 was after a third-place finish back in Bakersfield, California. We're now in the middle of the country in the Lone Star State of Texas. You're going to get that Chasm Safety Products win sticker to put on your tail tank. But before you put that Chasm Safety Products win sticker on, we need to ask you, as a high roller here in 2025, you get to send $1,000 of our Angel Donors money to any charity you wish to support here in the U.S. So after your victory here tonight, what charity are you choosing to support?
Every time that question is asked to me, the first thing that pops in my head is my buddy Christian back home in Pennsylvania, and so I'd like to donate to Central PA Down Syndrome Awareness Group. So they do a great job there, and so I just want to support him. So he always has a smile on his face every time he sees me when we're home, and if we win a race, he's always there in victory lane with us. So just really cool. So I'd like to help him and his group out.
It may have been over 5 months in between, but Brent Marks goes back-to-back in Texas. He wins for the first time in 2025.
All right, Tony, real quick, want to get our contingency winners in real quick. Brent Marks, he was the Jace Golf Carts fastest lap of the race award winner at 13.102. Our Race Routine Foundation rookie of the race was Chase Randall with his best finish of the season, a 4th place run for the number 9R. And also have to talk about our Hard Charger Award winner, brought to you by Rod and Supply, Tanner Thorson, 22nd to 10th here in that main event. Also, real quick, folks, if you are missing an iPhone, there are 2 of them at the High Limit Racing Command Center. One of them is for somebody named Samuel. So Samuel, if you're missing your iPhone, it's down at the High Limit Racing Command Center. Tony, back to you.
Brad, you're not missing your iPhone, certainly, after that second place run here at the Texas Motor Speedway. Brent Marks goes back-to-back in victories the last time we were here, but before he won during the All-In Championship finale, you stood in victory lane here after a 3-in-a-row trip to wrap up the season. Texas Motor Speedway, I asked Brent already, what do you love about racing here in Fort Worth?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a beautiful facility, and the lighting's great, and obviously the stands are great, and just everything about the facility is great. Paved pits, and honestly the track, is really nice and really shaped great. Obviously with the rain and high humidity, it was really lightning fast tonight. So obviously, hopefully Saturday night the track will open up a little bit, allow us to race around the racetrack a little bit more. But I think that was all we could do with 3 inches of rain. Yesterday it kind of was what it was, and we kind of all knew that. So I'm just happy to get a race in, and our Napa team did a good job tonight, working really hard to overcome some issues early in the night. Changed engines, changed fuel cells, got the thing running right, and we were able to win the heat. Move forward in the dash, and could kind of pace Brent there. But honestly, he was just a little bit better in lap traffic. I think we needed to change 1 or 2 things on our car to be a little more maneuverable, and we just didn't do it, and ultimately weren't able to really run with Brent. So hats off to him and his crew it's nice to get locked into Saturday. You know, that's half the battle, to get locked into one of those starting positions in the heat and try to come back a little stronger Saturday.
That's Brad Sweet, starts second, finishes second. Ty Wolfgang, you look great in gold. Good job here tonight. Now we'll check in with our third place finisher. That's Sam Haferteep Jr. And Chase, he's knocking them dead on the national tours these days. 2 podiums already this year with the World of Outlaws, a podium here with Kubota High Limit Racing. So Sam, the world wants to know, when are you going national tour racing with a 410?
Yeah, probably not. You know, those years are behind me. I like to race, 8 hours within the house now, and probably Knoxville is our special trip we make in August. So yeah, we try to stay 8 to 10 hours from the house. Beginning of the year, obviously Florida's the exception, but it's just tough having a wife and 3 kids to devote the time to them that they actually deserve. So being out on the road's not the easiest thing to juggle a family with.
With a top 3 finish here tonight, you have locked in to the second night of this 2-night weekend, meaning you won't have to qualify when we come back on Saturday, and you will get one of those 4th place starting spots in the heat races that would traditionally go to the quick time qualifier within that heat race. So what do you have to do to this race car to finish 2 steps higher on the podium Saturday night?
Honestly, I really don't know. Marks was really good out front. Sweet was really good. I think we made really good improvements all night. We were terrible in hot laps, not very good in qualifying. Luckily, we went out later. The track seemed to get a little bit faster, and then, the heat race, we got a gift on the jump on the start, and all that stuff kind of, they don't ever ask you, at the pay window, they don't ask you how you got third. It just happens, and nobody will go back in 10 years and know how we did, but just everything lined up for us to get third tonight, honestly, and. That's it's what it takes some nights. But before I get off here, I really got to thank Miles Hill. He's kept believing in us, and to be honest, any owner and driver last 8 years like we have is unbelievable. So definitely thankful for him all the time. He gives us this opportunity, and a lot of guys wouldn't. So we had 3 or 4 really hard years there, and if I was the owner, I would have probably dropped me, but. He stayed on board, and he keeps giving us the things we need, and we just got to show him that we appreciate it.
That's Sam Haferteep Jr. Sam, great job. 3rd place finish here tonight. Brad Sweet goes second to second, but it's Brent Marks. He called his shot, Chase, when I walked up and down the starting grid and asked these drivers, what words of wisdom do you have? And Brent told me, getting through lap traffic will be the #1 task he had in this race. He called his shot, and he was exactly right. Brent Marks goes back-to-back at the Texas Motor Speedway dirt track and scores the win. We'll take tomorrow night off and then be back on Saturday. But, Chase, the thing I think we got to take away from tonight is the message we heard from several of our heat race interviews and a lot of these guys down here in the infield and back of the pits. Everybody is happy and relaxed and having fun to be back racing with Kubota High Limit as we get into a very busy stretch of the end of the spring and going into the summer. So, Chase, we're down here. We're going to wrap up. We come back on Saturday. And as Alabama said, if you're going to play in Texas, you got to have a fiddle in the band. Back up to you.
I do have my fiddle, and Tony mentioned that Brent Marks called his shot. Well, I called my shot. That is Rodman's Risk hitting tonight with Brent Marks at over 3,000 odds entering this evening. Here is your race recap. As a couple of stoppages at the beginning of the race for Justin Peck, Danny Sams, Austin McCarl, but none of it mattered because nobody could challenge Brent Marks. Brad Sweet would get some very good restarts, which we might need to watch for on Saturday night. He was extremely good when they got back up to speed. He would always get up next to Brent Marks in the corner, but could not quite complete the pass. And ultimately, it was going to be Brent Marks making his way through traffic, which he knew was going to be a deciding factor. And we saw it all 3 races last year. They were all 3 decided in traffic here at Texas. And they were almost decided here tonight, but Marks made it through nice and clean. No issues for him. And he would drive to Whiskey Myers victory lane for the first time in 2025. Well, guys, I didn't know the camera was coming to me right there, but hey, We hope you enjoyed the show tonight. Great job by the track crew, by the way, because, man, they had a tough hand dealt to them with all the rain that came through, monsoon over the last 24 hours. It wasn't the widest racetrack, but we got it in. It was smooth. The drivers seemed to enjoy it as well. So, you know, hats off to them. I can't take my hat off or my headset would fly off, but hats off to the track crew for getting this one in, because even at noon today, it looked like it was a little bit sketchy. So we'll be back on Saturday. We'll do it all over again, and we'll see who ends up in Whiskey Myers victory lane. So let's take a look at the upcoming High Limit Racing schedule here before we head on out. As we mentioned, we're back here on Saturday at Texas. Then we go to a couple of midweek money series events. May 7th, it's it should be the first round of the Roto-Rooter Midweek Series at 81 Raceway in Park City, Kansas. May 9th at Lakeside Speedway. May 10th, that's at Tri-City Speedway in Granite City, Illinois. May 12th, another midweek series event along with Fremont. It's Kokomo Speedway. And then Ransomville and Utica, Rome, another midweek show there on May 20th at Grandview Speedway, and then 3 nights at the Port Royal Speedway for $75,000 to win at the Bob Weichert Memorial. If you want to get tickets and be eligible to be the Durst Dice Rolling fan, you can only do that online, and we suggest you do that right there with that QR code on your screen, bottom right. Get yourself some tickets, and maybe you will be rolling the dice with High Limit Racing here over the next couple